Alright, we are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are good to go. Welcome back, guys. Hope everybody's doing well. Got my man Slot Key over on the Twitch side of things. We got on YouTube Matt Shep, you'll love to see it. PK, Lucas. What's going on, Crusader, man? Hope you're doing good, bro. Can you guys hear me alright? There's an echo. See what's going on with that. Is there an echo for real? Yo, Kevris, what's going on, man? Is there an echo, guys, or am I good? I don't see any error. No echo? Alright, cool. Sweet. Gonna get some levels on the Dwarf, guys. How's everyone doing tonight, man? Everybody hanging in there? Alright. See what quest we have. Oh, you know what we were gonna do? I just remembered. We're gonna head over to that lodge now. I leveled a little bit off stream. I recorded it, of course. What we're gonna do right now is we're gonna go head over to the east side of Lakhmadan. You see this area, the southeast. There's a little hunter's lodge down here, and there's a really good gun, green gun quest reward. We're gonna try and obtain that and just get some XP. There's also an ammo pouch as well, and a hunter trainer. Game volume a bit low. Okay, appreciate it. Yeah, there it is. There it is. That's probably better, right? Doing good, man. How you holding up? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Things are as good as they can be, right? Yo, kind of want to tame this boar. Actually, it might have bite. Let's stable our pet. Let's stable our pet and check it out. The coziest of streams. Hell yeah, we got a cozy late night leveling stream here. Deception, Cat and Car, J-Rock. How's it going, fellas? How's everyone doing this evening? Anything eventful happen other than the gigantic pandemic?
Talk to me. Watch your back.
Alright, let's go tame that boar. Yo, Cap City, what's going on, brother? It's been crazy, huh? I have to go to the RSP today. Kenny Rogers died. The country legend died today. Oh, you hate to see it, man. There she is. What's going on, Loretta? Good to see you. Hey, good morning, Heavy Text. Good morning, good morning. It's morning already, huh? Where are you from? Where's everybody checking in from today? Alright, we got the boar. Rank 2 charge. That's pretty high. No bite, though. I think the bears might no bite, actually. Let's try and learn charge. We'll try and tame a bear and try and learn bite. Don't let that boar get you. Yeah, man, these boars during the hardcore community cup, the Lakhmadan boars, believe it or not, ended up killing a lot of people. Yup, the slayer of hardcore characters. Yup. The spiders no bite. Oh, appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Rank 2 bite. Melbourne, Australia got shut down like you guys, quarantining as much as possible. Yeah, man. Is the druid shelved? No, the druid, he died, man. If you see me, if you see me playing a new character, you might want to check the Twitch clips. Yeah, he ended up dying. got killed by the Alliance patrols in the Barrens. It was pretty anticlimactic. Yeah, the Alliance patrols just snuck up on him. We were at the Oasis by the Wailing Caverns. I didn't even know they padded over there. I appreciate the F, man. I was out today and people were chilling at beaches and trails like nothing was happening. Yeah, I've been hearing about that, man. It kind of blows my mind. Did you guys see that thing Cuomo? Cuomo made that speech today. It was in there. It might have been last night or this morning. I think it was this morning. He said he's the governor of New York, right? And he gave a speech to people saying that he was in New York City the other day. He's a New York City guy, born and raised. And he went to the parks and he was just appalled that there's the density. The density of people. Everyone was out and about. He said he wouldn't ever known anything was going on. Anything wrong was going on. Just another beautiful New York City. It was a beautiful day too. But I really do feel for the people in the cities. Feed the pet. Yeah, we're gonna get rid of him in a second. We're just trying to learn rank 2 charge, and then we're gonna get rid of him and get our old board back. We're just waiting for that blessed text saying we learned it. Just too many people, yeah. He's getting serious on it, though. He's cracking down on it. He made a really good speech. He's a great governor, I gotta say. He's a hard ass. You know, he seems like he'd be the type of dude who'd be like, he'd be a hard ass to work under. But, I mean, he's got leadership just all over him. I live in LA. It's not that empty, but definitely the least traffic I've seen in my whole life, right? It's, yeah. There it is. Rank 2 charge. There it is. People aren't taking it seriously. Just wait until all the hospitals get full. No, I hear you, Aaron. Trust me. Found out today one of my cousins came down with a fever in LA. She's not feeling well, but it'll be alright. She's younger, right? And they say, for the younger bracket, it definitely can afflict them, and there definitely have been young people that have perished, but it's not generally a lethal type of thing. It's more of the risk of infecting older people. Even many hospitals aren't taking it too seriously. Really, that's bizarre. That surprises me. Cases are picking up a bit in San Antonio. I mean, here's the thing that we kind of just have to face. Yo, what up, J5? What up, Battle? How you doing, man? Feed your pet. We're getting rid of him right now, actually. I appreciate it. People don't like to see the unhappy pet. I mean, it's fascinating times, right? And you can always try and find the upside in it. And on the upside, think of some of the positives, guys. Work from home is going to be a thing after this. We're going to get some massive advances in technology because of this, right? Anytime there's like some huge global hardship, you get some crazy advances in technology. I think it'll probably bring people together a little bit more too. Won't be so divided. But the thing I have to say is, and it's not just my opinion, this is just sort of the opinion of a lot of virologists and intensivists and stuff. You see the media. You see, the guy Dr. Fauci. You've seen him on the news. He's on that task force. They also have some of the doctors in Italy. There's that dude, Dr. John Campbell, who I've been binging all of his videos and stuff. That dude's great. Most people are on the same page saying that eventually, keyword eventually, it will end up, affecting 40 to 70% of the world's population. But that's only if we don't find some game changer, right? Like a vaccine, series of vaccine treatments, stuff like that. So it's about flattening that curve, right? So it's crazy people aren't taking it seriously, because it's definitely something serious. I got hired recently to program at home. Seems like it'll be interesting. You secured the job? That's good, man. Yeah, working from home, it's if you're able to work from home right now, dude, you are lucky, fam. You are lucky. The incentive to find a cure is definitely there. Absolutely. I mean, in these times of hardships too, man. If anyone's trying to step up to the plate, rise to the occasion. This is how legends are made, right? So, whatever your skill set is, man. Yo, I actually had a lot of things I was going to share with you guys too. I was watching some YouTube videos on. Oh, hold up, something's messed up. Have you posted a video to your new channel yet? No, I actually had to go do some guard stuff today. I'm gonna do that this week. But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. There's these air filters, guys, called Textrite. You can order them on Amazon. They're still totally in stock, and they're for your furnace or for your AC. You slide them in. They're in the little slidable joints. But people have there's a YouTube video on there on how to turn those into N95 masks, pretty much. That's big brain. You could order some of those, make them, and make them for your whole community. You know, make them for your neighbors, make them for your parents. I'm thinking of trying to do it because my wife, she's really good at sewing. She made her own prom dress and everything like that. Has all the equipment. So I ordered a bunch of these air filter things. And they're medically graded, you know, they have like this 2200 rating or something, so it blocks out bacteria and viruses, and you kind of just turn them into masks, you know, help the war effort, as they say. 16 in West Virginia have it because they didn't want to listen and traveled outside the state after being told not to. Damn, hate to see it. When people rely on you, step up. Big true. Thank you for that info. Yeah, look it up. Hey, you want me to actually... Here, this might help some people, actually. Let me link it for you. If anyone's interested, this is the video I watched earlier, and this is what I'm thinking of doing. Yeah, and if you check Amazon right now, all that Textrite stuff, all the masks are long gone, right? Anything related to, you know, TP, Clorox, paper towels, baby wipes, all of it's long gone. It'll be restocked at some point, right? But these are still in stock, so you can make your own. Oh man, solid stank. Thank you so much, bro, for the tier 1 sub. Thank you very much, man. In these trying times, I really appreciate every sub, every view, everyone. Hold up. I want to see you get a Troll Warrior to 60 even if it's not on hardcore. I had a lot of fun on that Troll Warrior, man. The animations are sick. Dog's best alarm system? Yeah, man. Got all the cameras running again. Everything's good, dude. The home is on. Everything is good. Everything is secure and fully stocked up, man. If you guys have any questions about any of that stuff on that front, I feel pretty confident at this point. Rice, beans, peas. It's good food. I was worried about you. Haven't seen you in a few days. Thought you might have been deployed. Yeah, I mean, yeah, pretty much the entirety of the National Guard is going to be involved in some capacity. If I started Classic WoW now and only played like 5 to 10 hours a week, would I ever catch up? Catch up with what? What are you trying to catch up with, man? There's nothing to catch. What are you trying to catch up with, man? You'll be fine. Anyone else gonna become a prepper when this is all over? I bet you'd see a big spike in interest, right? It really is just it is an insane posture check for everybody. I'm sure a lot of people are just gonna be, you know, at least for me, you know, after this is all said and done and blows over, and it will blow over, right, guys? We'll get through it. But after it's all over, man, I knew what my deficiencies were going into this, and I'm gonna just stay ahead of the game, right? Make sure. Here's a good rule, guys. I have a bad habit of like keeping my car on low gas. Anybody have this bad habit too? You know, you'll keep it at like a quarter tank, and then you wait for it to like make the sound, and then you go refill it. You know, that is just such a bad habit, and you can pretty much just scale that up pretty much. So this is the best strat, guys. My dad told me about this. Full tank is your half tank. Half tank, like whenever you get the half tank is when you refill. So you just make an investment, you get the half tank, and then anytime you get the half tank, you are basically at zero fuel. So you never will go below under half a tank. Right? Stuff, I mean, people talk about it, but actually doing it, right? I mean, things like that. I've learned a lot already. I'm sure you guys all have as well. Never under half a tank, easier on the fuel pump. True. A lot of stuff, man. I was at Costco today. Any Costco members? Any proud card-carrying Costco members in the building? I was at Costco today. Realized, man, oh man, we should have been doing all the shopping here, especially during this time. Costco was stacked, man. I mean, they had restrictions on everything. Every single item had limit one. But Costco was like a well-oiled machine. I'm telling you, man, I walked in. They had people on each register actively wiping down registers after each customer. It was a well-oiled machine. They had like these a special entrance. They allocated time in the morning, and for disabled people to go get groceries and stuff by themselves. Big brain. Did you wear a mask at Costco? No, but I'm wearing gloves. Also, I've come up with a really good system of disinfecting when I come back into the house. I don't know if you guys do this as well. It's hard to disinfect though, man. If you think about it, your phone is such a huge yikes, right? Like, basically the way I've been doing it is, you know, I enter through the garage and just strip down at that point. You know, wipe myself down, wipe the phone down, right? You know, wifey and I have a rule now: no shoes in the house whatsoever. It's basically like Asian style. You know, no shoes in the house. Take the shoes off before you enter. Go right in. You know, wash the hands. You know. Go shower, change into fresh clothes, keep all those clothes out in the garage, and then boom, you're good. But it's kind of like you have to develop like an order of operations to it, you know, and we're starting to get into that rhythm now, and that's good. But yeah, Costco was stacked. They had, you know, I hadn't seen meat and eggs and stuff in stock for a couple days, and I'm pleasantly surprised with I'm pleasantly surprised with how in stock the grocery stores have been and stuff too. Costco has always treated their customers really well, from what I hear too. I mean, yeah, they were like extreme professionals. I'm telling you, they were just the utmost professionalism in there. You felt super safe buying their wares. We have a Sam's Club here. It's similar, and my parents bought an insane amount of stuff. Paid membership, paid off, extra incentive for business, self-regulate. Yeah. Have you tried to go for an ammo resupply? No need, brother. I'm good on that department. But I bet, yeah, I heard that all like the gun industry in America. I heard all the stores are just sold out. And my one buddy, he works in third-party gun accessories. He's saying they're all pumping like overtime, like putting in serious hours because the demand is there. Just wait. They will find a cure or a vaccination, but they will microchip everyone when they get it. Oh man, that escalated quickly. There's some positive news to look forward to, though. I mean, you guys heard about that malaria drug they've been treating with? It's been around for like 30 years. They've been treating malaria with it. Early reports is it's working really well. You just have to start the treatment super early. So doctors are starting the treatment even before the COVID test comes back, because it takes a couple days to get the results back. And the earlier you start, the better result you're going to have on the viral count. So that's exciting. It doesn't have to go through FDA approval. It's already FDA approved. It's been around for 30 years. It's something prescribable. You know, it's not going to turn you into a leprechaun. Stuff like that. The bad part about living in a small town is that a Walmart, etc., are redirecting their trucks to larger areas. I hear ya. The no shoes in the house is a good idea. Yeah, just make sure you wipe your phones down, guys. Your phone is pretty much so gross, right? Phone is so gross. Your keys, too. So, you know, we have a limited amount of baby wipes, Clorox wipes, and stuff like that. There's a lot of little things you do. First of all, I want to make a video on how to make your own Clorox wipes or baby wipes. That'd be pretty useful, right? I don't know how, but want to figure out how, then make a video on that. You know, not for this channel, for the other channel. But, you know, we're going for the best min-max value for the freaking Clorox wipes. We'll use one wipe down all of our phones, all of our keys, wallet, all of that stuff. That's worth a wipe. That's worth one wipe. And just making sure you get just good value. Good value from the wipes, that's one thing. Keyboard and mouse, yeah, true. Keyboard and mouse definitely need some love. My pharmaceutical manufacturing company is already pumping on the treatment. That's what's up, man. Yeah, I got some friends that work at this company called Regeneron in New York, and they say it's really exciting that you can apparently, you know, they pretty much already found a vaccine. It's hard. Do I really believe that though? They said they already found a vaccination, but human trials, it takes a while for them to get started with it. I don't know. I mean, it seems really promising. They're kind of amped. They're working. They got exempted from Cuomo. Gave them the okay to just keep on working. So. Stocked up on cheese and rice. You love to see it. I'm just eating Tide Pods. I think the Zoomers are onto something. It kills the virus. What up, Ripper? Good to see you, man. Yeah, the other channel doesn't have any content on it yet, but it's a survival channel. Yeah, and it's just gonna be, you know, again, I'm not Bear Grylls. So some people interpret it the wrong way, saying like I'm some, you know, self-proclaimed survival expert. I am not. I'm just a dude, just like you guys. But in 2020, you don't have to be an expert on something to create a channel on it. I've always been interested in it, and I know a decent amount. I think I have some stuff, a good amount to share with people. But we're gonna be learning stuff together, covering the pandemic, all this type of stuff in a more appropriate way. Not that I'm not talking about it right now. I just can't help myself, man. It's the herd of elephants in the room. Yo, Jesse, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Can you link to the survival tips? I mean, if you have anything in particular you want to ask, man. Some of the things I wish I had, though, I don't know. It's impossible to ignore the pandemic, yeah. I mean, is anybody familiar with Governor Cuomo, Andrew Cuomo? Like, he's been just doing such a good job. He's cool as a cucumber. He really is, and he spits hot fire, man. He really does. He just spits super hot molten magma, hard facts, no, you know, no bullshit. He's a hard ass. He spits the truth. Cool as a cucumber. Makes so much sense. I think I've enjoyed his leadership the most since this has all broke out. And as a New Yorker, I'm a fan. Yeah, he's such a New Yorker too. The talk about Corona actually makes the channel more comforting. Ignoring it would make it harder to enjoy the content, I think. Thanks for keeping up the stream, dude. I really appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. So, it's a type of thing, you know, I mean, a lot of people get rubbed the wrong way. And that's okay, too, because some people are trying to suspend reality. Is anybody having this problem, though, right now? That, you know, wifey wanted to watch a movie with me today. And I can't watch anything that's fiction right now. Like, even if I have to watch something on Netflix, it has to be a documentary or something. Like, life is too real right now. Like, you can't really suspend reality that well. There's so much going on, right? Any tips for the hardcore event on Saturday? Dude, just relax, have fun, and make your character in advance if you know, or set your stream up in advance. As far as just to make sure it's good to go day of, because YouTube does have a 24-hour like period that you need to wait before you can stream. So just make sure your stream is good to go. Other than that, like, it's a chill event, you know. Unless you're really trying to like pump and be the best, like just have fun, relax. It's not no sweat. Make sure your stream is working. Just familiarize yourself with the rules.
Need assistance? Alrighty then.
Yeah, pretty much, man. Can't suspend reality. Plays Classic WoW. Well, Classic WoW kind of is my reality, though, man. Like, you guys are my actual like friends, man. Like, you guys are my socialization, especially in this period of lockdown. That sounds sick, man. I've always thought you had a talent for researching and consolidating information as you've shown in your WoW videos. I appreciate that, Painted, man. If you have ethanol gas at the gas station, you can mix that with some cooking oil to not dry your skin out, and it would work as a sanitizer. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, so they have some companies. You heard about this, the Defense Production Act. They have companies pumping, making hand sanitizer, making masks, making ventilators. I'm telling you, man, in these times of hardship, you just see the both the best and worst aspects of human nature, right? And there's definitely some people that are stepping up, man. Companies stepping up. You know, I heard one story today, though. I think it's important to share because it shows, like, you know, how legendary these people are. At a lot of hospitals these days, guys, doctors, you know, obviously they're working super hard, right? But they're not going home. They're not going home. So they work, you know, 12, 15-hour shifts, and they're not going home because they know that they'll probably have it. They know that they're probably, the risk is too high of them being, you know, having it, that they don't want to go home and spread that, you know. So they're sleeping in their cars. And you go to a hospital and you go outside the hospital, you see, you know, like 20 doctors just sleeping out in their cars. It's unbelievable. Can you duo level during the cup? No, it's only a solo leveling. I mean, you can, but it's not really going to be, you know, considered in the running, sort of. That makes sense. I might enter the challenge, but due to the difficulties required to make it actually work, I'm just going to record it on as a non-competitor. Hell yeah. Nothing wrong with that. I think just having community is important. We all have forgotten a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. They put my daughter 16 on, 8 off at her EMT job. Dude, the EMTs, the nurses, the paramedics, the doctors. Too legendary, man. Haynes is making masks. A lot of companies have stepped up without being asked and are helping. It's a wonderful thing to see. That's what I'm saying. Look at this YouTube video, guys. We can all make masks too for our local communities if we have a few bucks to spare and can order some of these air filters. I heard a rumor that you could 3D print a ventilator. I don't know. You gotta get creative, right? That's what Kumo was saying. Get creative. This is living history right now, right? So if people are looking for a legacy, they're looking to, you know, to carve out their you know, they want to step up. It's the time right now. Be legendary. My bank is open, but it seems useless. We hardly get any people coming in. I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of workers in general acting like absolute professionals. You know, even going to Walmart and stuff, like they. It's so crazy to think that, right? But like a grocery store clerk or a Walmart greeter are on the front lines of this, right? It's really interesting. And you hear this terminology in the news a lot, right? They say we're fighting a war. In many ways, it feels like a war. It feels like a war effort, but it's this. You're fighting something you can't see. It's really interesting what's happening to us. Love the vids. Used to see you around on Scarum before the Alliance side imploded. Always good times, Rip Scarum. Hell yeah, Alan. Good to see you, man. Do you PvP card? Yeah, I do PvP. I'm more of a PvPer than a PvEer in terms of rating. I really enjoy leveling probably the most out of everything, but I PvP. I ran some dual tournaments and stuff on Scarum. Allegedly, yeah, companies in Italy 3D printed new ventilators for the hospitals that ran out. Yeah, a lot of new innovations in technology too. They're finding ways to have ventilators ventilate 2 people at the same time, so they're just, you know, 2xing the output of it. All types of crazy stuff. crazy that New York, which is basically my home, 5% of global cases are in New York. They're testing the most aggressively, though, out of any state or country. But it's insane. And I really feel for the people in cities. Because cities like New York are not designed for a shelter-in-place. They really are not. Like, they're designed so that you spend the whole day outside, you know, interfacing with people, having good conversations, going to happy hour, going to networking events, going to these. And you come back, you lay your head on the pillow. You spend minimum time in your studio, your walk-up studio, your one bedroom, and you spend the 90% of the day outside. So it is just completely against it's so against the grain to tell a bunch of New Yorkers to stay inside, and that's partially why it's probably so hard and for them to do it, because you just get that cabin fever, you know. 3D printing is the future, man. It's pretty sick. Eventually, they might even be able to 3D print toilet paper.
What's on your mind?
I don't get the obsession with toilet paper.
What can I do for you?
I really don't. Someone explain it to me, man. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, you can get a bidet. You don't even necessarily need it, man. You can take a shower. You can go to take a bath, you know.
Need something?
Out of all things to run out immediately, it seems like toilet paper is the #1 thing.
See you around.
Makes 0 sense, right? Makes no sense.
Help you find something?
Ooh, 4 stamp boots. Pretty juicy. 5 agi boots, though. Kind of will get these at 15. 5 agi, those are huge. We'll come back and get them
Farewell.
after we finish these quests. We have 15 minutes to complete this. Okay. So we need to kill... Let's see here. Oh, the buzzards. Yep. So if we complete this whole chain, we get a green gun. This is one of the most exciting things about why I wanted to go this Dwarf Hunter, because I wanted to see how this felt. I wanted to see how the gun progression felt going for this gun early. That's what we're going to try and do, pick up this green gun. The druid did die, yeah, he got clapped by the Alliance Patrol and the Barons. What server should I roll my hardcore to? And which I assume you're NA because you're saying Bloodsail. NA Bloodsail is the main server. For EU, it's Mirage Raceway and Hydroxine Waterlords. For Oceanic, it's Remulos. What level did he die at? I think he died at 18. There's a clip on it. If you hit clips over on the Twitch side, you'll see it. It's kind of anticlimactic. For a family of 7 like mine, it makes sense to buy like 3 packs, but for single people, they're overreacting. What makes I think a lot of the issue is the news stations spreading fear. Yeah, let's talk about that though. Like here, I mean, there's definitely a degree of sensationalism, right? First of all, how do you guys feel about this? Let's use this as a starting point. Are you on the same page, or do you believe, subscribe, think it's plausible that what these intensivists, what these virologists, what these doctors are saying, when they estimate that eventually, keyword eventually, COVID-19 will spread to 40 to 70% of the global population? They're saying it's not a matter of if, it's when, and that the X factor here is if we can come up with something, a vaccine, a series of vaccines, some sort of treatment that will halt it and just shatter that. Sorry, bro. Had enough with the Corona talk. I'm out. You hate to see it, man. I'm sorry, but I can't help it. So, take care. Have a good one. Bloodsail is 50-50? No, not even. It's RP servers are more skewed towards Alliance. It's the opposite of PvP servers. It's probably 60-40 or even 70-30 Alliance to Horde. I can see that, but I can also see the mortality rate dropping to like 0.5%. Yep, I can see that too. Absolutely. It'll spread far, yes, but we're going to be okay. No, I'm on the same page too, yeah, absolutely. We'll get through it, right? The Spanish flu, also known as the 1918 flu pandemic, was an unusually deadly influenza pandemic. I heard about that. How did that one just resolve? It just ended up peaking out when there was less people that didn't have it and just died in and of itself? Probably. 2% of the healthy portion of people die to it, so it's more so of an infectious disease. Well, in Italy, it's about a 10% mortality rate. That's due to a number of factors, right? But the elderly and weak, definitely more at risk, but what they're saying right now is actually 53% of cases are 18 to 49. Point is, these people who say they have heard enough, this is our lives right now. No, I hear you, man. I mean, so here's my whole opinion on it. Like, when these type of things happen, it's kind of chaos, right? Things are out of our control. It feels comforting to try to assert some control of the situation, to get the best information, to be around other human beings that are going through the same thing, to talk about it, to try to come up with solutions. It's comforting. That's actually comforting to me, not distressing. Like that makes the situation feel better to me personally. But not everyone's cup of tea. We're gonna lose some people. Italy is going through some real shit. Yeah. Another thing that I keep hearing, right? So I'm part of the California Army National Guard, and I had someone come up to me. I was buying something at the store, and someone came up to me, and they were seriously, like, they were kind of panicked, and they were like, "Is it true that the military are being activated? Like, are we going to be living under martial law?" Here's the thing, man. For anyone who's worried about that, the military being activated isn't a scary thing, man. The military is there to help. Make hospitals, sanitize things, hand out food. Don't freak out when they say that the military or the National Guard is being activated. Because I hear a lot of people saying, oh, it's an excuse for the government to get the military to rule us all. Like, it's off base, man. It's off base. Those fears aren't warranted. They're just there to help and assist because the healthcare system's overwhelmed. If you get corona and you're healthy again, I don't think anyone knows anything definitively, but you should develop an immunity to that strain for some period of time. What's going to happen at level 60 in this challenge? At level 60, I'm going to become a full-fledged character if I make it there. The hardcore rules are no longer going to apply to me, and the challenge is going to be over. It's kind of crazy, though. The past couple days here in California have been super nice. Just weather-wise, it's been really, really pretty out. I don't know if you guys have had the same. It's just like a beautiful spring day. It's so insane to think that so much is going on around the world, and it's just such a lovely, nice, chill day. Nature is just like doing its thing. The skies are blue, the waters are clear. Everything is so clean, man. Yeah. I saw this picture of Venice. You guys know Venice, the city with all the canals and boats. And because everyone's on lockdown, the waters are like clear again. They look totally different. What add-on is the auto shot timer? That's called Nug running, NUG running. Other than bragging rights, what else do we cop on hitting 60 with the hardcore tune? Yeah, I mean, pretty much just you get a rank in the Discord. You get access to a specific channel called the Hall of Legends. You become a legend. Everyone verifies your run, and it is kind of bragging rights, right? But it's the ultimate achievement. It's ultimate leveling achievement. So there's that.
Hey there.
There it is. Look at that, man. That was so easy. We get this sick hunting rifle after one quest.
Have a good
Oh
one.
man, so nice. Daryl's hunting rifle. Hell yeah.
Can I help you?
And now I think the next part of the quest gives like an
buy
ammo
one.
pouch. It's kind of insane. This quest is insane. That was so chill. I could have done that even at a lower level, honestly. I probably could have done that at like 12.
See you around.
Now I know. So chill. Now we gotta kill Elder Mountain Boars. Okay. Huge upgrade, right? What are your leveling playing hours? Ever thought about leveling with a partner? I really enjoy duo leveling, don't get me wrong. This is specific challenge is a solo leveling challenge though, Adrow. But I really enjoy duo leveling, and some people are doing duo hardcore. It's its own kind of mode, right? But I would love to. The leveling hours are all over the place, especially these days. But I try to stream as much as possible. Level 17. These boars are gonna slap. Let's kill this bear first. Ursasu Bite, thank you very much, man, for the continued support. 2-month hot streak, man. I appreciate it so much. You've been gifting subs, keeping a roof over my head, man. Thank you very much, man. I hope you're doing well. If your body doesn't get completely immune after you get corona. Nah, I wouldn't sweat that too much. There's a bunch of people that have already had it already, and they seem to have recovered fully. Some people are worried it's going to do some sort of permanent damage to the respiratory system. It doesn't look like it, at least initially. I think if it was to do some permanent damage, you need to have been in really rough shape. Like it needed to have gotten really bad, and for it to have gotten to that stage, you probably would have needed to have a pre-existing condition, be immunocompromised, as they say, or yeah, this boar is slapping. Hunter indeed. We're playing a dwarf hunter, very picturesque. Going skinning leatherworking, and we're making use of our find treasure ratio. Seeing what kind of results we can get with it. So far it's been okay. They're saying we'll come in waves. First wave not much, second wave a lot of people will get it again. Really? I haven't seen that at all, actually. I've seen the whole curve and the trajectory and how different countries are behind Italy. With regards, some people say UK is 2-3 weeks behind Italy, we're 1 week behind Italy. I haven't heard so much on the waves front. I heard that the symptoms, though, they come in waves. I heard that, feels like you get a cold, then you get better, then it gets a little worse, then it gets better, then it gets worse. I mean, as far as pandemics go, this one's pretty bad, right, on the bright side. But I don't think anyone here thinks it's going to be the end of times, right? And this experience, on a positive note, thinking positively here, will be a huge wake-up call to all the healthcare systems. If there are future, pandemics or whatever you want to call it, people will be just massively more prepared for it, right? Oh, strep throat. Yeah, it's strep throat. Not fun. Not fun. We've had it so good for so long, so I can see how people would think it is the end of days. Yeah, it's true. No, it is true. Is anyone going to even try to, you know, disagree with that? We have had it so good globally for so long. It has been such a period of stability, and, you know, things have been so comfortable. Access to any food in the world, taking planes, cars, anything you want to so many places. But this can hopefully. Oftentimes, humans, we need something. We need the suffering to like snap back into our senses and to appreciate things more. So I don't know. I think this will do. I think this will do that. I think the U.S. needs to make it mandatory nationwide to stay inside instead of inevitably happening in a few weeks. I think people understand they need to stay inside, they're just not doing it. And the thing is that's not really enforceable, right? All the systems, essential systems, are already stressed as is. It would be almost impossible to enforce, enforce that. I think people understand they need to stay inside. They just choose not to. People just choose to not take it seriously and just think it's not a big deal. And it's not an order to stay inside. It will. I've seen the words order before. Like there is an order to shelter in place in California, but it's not really, being enforced to some severe level. In New York, though, they might. I was watching Cuomo talk earlier, and he was saying he was pissed, man. He was irate. Not irate. That makes him seem like he wasn't composed. He was cool as a cucumber, but he had that classic like dad sort of lecturing style. He was just speaking slow and methodically, saying he was calling everybody out in the parks. He was like saying, if you're in a park doing group activity, what did he say? He says it's self-destructive. It's disrespectful. It's, insensitive. He was just calling them out, man. And he told de Blasio, or the mayor, he said, I want a way to fix this in 24 hours. 24 hours or less. I need something to review because it needs to stop. It needs to stop now. So, they're moving. What would you play with for duo hardcore leveling? What would be the ideal partner? It would depend on so many factors, man. It depends on what you wanted to play. And then based on your class, you would pick a complementary class. Then you would choose a specialization or a style. Then your partner would choose a specialization and style. There's a lot of good ones. I have some videos on my channel about duo leveling on my YouTube channel, where Shaman's great, Druid Rogue is great, Mage is great, Hunter Druid is great, Warlock Priest is great. There's a lot of good dual leveling combinations. Hey, what's up, Robson? How you doing, man? Hope you're all staying safe. Hell yeah, man. Doing well. Doing well. Yeah, the Druid die. I hear the canals in Venice and Italy look so much clearer. Yeah, they do. There's some pictures of it. Yo, Cargo's in chat. Do you guys have a recommendation for either Fury Warrior / Rogue? Choice for alt. Mainly raiding, casually PvP. Moody, it's pretty much impossible to recommend someone a class in this game. Yeah, we'd have to know you on a pretty personal level, your ambitions. There's a bazillion, gazillion factors that go into it. when in doubt, I just recommend people to play Mage, because Mage is no one in the history of World of Warcraft has ever regretted rolling a Mage. So I'm just gonna roll the dice here. Fury Warrior or Rogue. I'm gonna go ahead and say Warrior, based on just the light observation that you can funnel the Warrior gear since it's an alt. Warriors are the most gear dependent and the most fun probably to accelerate through your main's gold. The Warrior can tank and DPS and just provide you with some different playstyles. Whereas the Rogue can really only DPS. That's my best attempt. Looking for an East Coast server for Horde and Friendly. PvP, PvE, RP. I'm just gonna name the ones everyone always says: Incendious, Scrobulous. People seem, I don't know. I'm hesitant to recommend Herod. Somehow Herod made it, apparently. Who plays on Herod? I feel like Herod was one of those original Dasha servers, though, you know, with Scarum and them. I'm skeptical that you're telling me Fairlina, Herod, all those made it. I don't know. I think Incendious and Grobulous, my two picks. Probably not Scarum, unless you like to be on a 93% dominated faction server. Game kind of low. Oh Jesus, man! Come on, Mr. Fucking Boar. All right, I should not kill these really high-level things. That's pretty pog right there. Did that really just drop? 4 int, 4 stam, 76 armor chest. That is a win right there. Some blessed run in the chat right there. I recommend against Incendious. I left the server. Everyone heard it was so good, and everyone exferred queues of 2+ hours. Yeah. Yo, Crix, good to see you, brother. How you doing, man? You hanging in there? Really good to see you, Crix. Hope you're doing well, bro. 30 seconds to finish the quest. Oh man, you right. Well, we'll just have to do it again. I honestly dislike World PvP, so Scarum is a nice place for me. Sad the lack of balance made a lot of awesome players leave, though. Yeah. If I'm being 100% honest about Scarum, and I'm not trying to bullshit you guys at all, I saw it. And trust me, I'm trying to be aware that this could just be a few bad apples, right? There are, you know, a few people, like the vocal minority, as they say, that ruins it for the larger player base. It probably is that. Let's be honest here. But those bad apples were fucking rotten apples, dude. They were like doxing people, like really trolling people past the point of being funny, like trying to actually, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish at that point when you troll someone past that level. Not to me personally, but I'm an admin in the Discord, so people would hit me up. There were some toxic people in there, and I don't use that word much, but I mean just mean-spirited. Like they were trying to hurt people, like not even on some funny shit. And some people aren't calibrated in a way to just shut down the drama. You guys, everybody has their own defense mechanisms, right? The best defense mechanism, man, if you get the sense of someone who's really mean-spirited like that, you just D up. You don't talk to them. You extinguish the flame. You don't feed a single fucking oxygen further. You D up, and you shut up, you D up, you put everything to the side, and you see what happens. And some people were, you know, they kept kind of feeding them a little bit, and it got bad, dude. It got really bad. Like, dude, his whole life, he got fired from his job. I don't know, man. It's just, I mean, I'm thinking of one guy in particular, but.
Talk to me. What's on your mind?
People are very nice in Crom Crush. Is that an NA server or is that EU? They were cancer. Yeah, Crix knows. Crix is a mod on there too, man. I pretty much only talk and run content with my guild. That sounds insane though. Yeah, it was insane. And normally I would just be able to easily sidestep all that drama and not even participate in it. But if you're like a tournament, if you're a Discord mod, you're supposed to be facilitating things a little bit. And a lot of those people left though for Incendius. So you're talking about Incendius right now. You know how anybody here playing Incendius? I've been hearing feedback recently that people are like, "Oh, you people from Scaram came to Incendius and you like ruined the server or whatever." Every time I hear that, I just think of a few people in my mind. I'm like, they probably went there and just went super ham, destructive mode. Time to rack out, yo. Take care, Cat, man. Yeah, take care, brother. Have a good rest, man. See you tomorrow. I've said it before, but I enjoy my PvE server and think PvP servers are mostly just toxic as fuck. I have really enjoyed playing on this PvE server. I really have. This is my first PvE server and first RP server as well, and no issues whatsoever. Actually, these PvE servers, they sidestep a lot of the problems and the drama that the PvP servers have. And you can still PvP on these servers too. That's the thing. You can just still queue up and do the cross realm and fight some of the top pre-mades. And
What can I do for you?
they got banned like within an hour of being on the instant. You know who I'm talking about, right? Because I've never even discussed this with you, but you know what I'm talking about. Golly, there were some bad apples there. Incendius didn't have any hardcore guilds, so the ones who transferred there are looked down upon. I see. I quit Classic, but if I came back, I'd roll PvE. World PvP is just not worth the hassle. If I want a PvP, just go BG. That's what I'm saying. Dude, I'm kind of on the same page. And again, like, there's a selfish aspect to this because I'm a streamer as well, right? So, you don't have to look over your shoulder every 2 seconds. Literally hates. Crix, you already know, man. I'm glad we're on the same page. We never even discussed this before, and we're on the same page.
You need something?
World PvP is the best part of the game, though. I used to think that. I don't know. I can't put my finger on what changed. World PvP, when it's little skirmishes and you're fighting people naturally because you're just in a zone and you're leveling up and you just want to fight a person on and little 1v1 2v2, that is mad fun. The world PvP, when you're deathballing around, chasing around Alliance or chasing around a Horde, exchanging sapper charges, you're out there 15 hours a day looking for people, camping flight paths, staying in front of DM, actually not that fun. Cheers, brother. Just wanted to stop in and say what's up. About to SLSL and piss people off. Are you about to stream, Crix? Alright, man. Good luck. I'm a fan of PvE servers. I love the idea of World PvP, but in practice, World PvP is never the fun thing I want it to be. It's always an uphill, lopsided battle. Try streaming it too, man. World PvP is roaming death squads. Yeah, I hear you on that. Oh, wait. I just realized I didn't put my 14 skills in my bar, including Menpat. Scare Beast. I have that there. I think that's it. Okay. I'm 100% cool fighting someone around my level while out questing. Getting one shot by someone just so they can have a quick chuckle is just annoying. Yeah, it kind of gets old, man. I had a lot of fun world PvPing recently on the TBC realm just because I was dual leveling with Navik, and we were just taking lots of kind of somewhat fairish fights out in the world, you know, engaging 3-4 alliance or horde at a time, you know, as a druid rogue and slipping in and out. That was really fun. I think PvE servers would be a lot more popular if people gave it a shot. I think a lot of people hear PvE server, right? And they think that's a joke. Not a real server. Joke server. Meme. Not real classic. And they get turned off by it and they don't really actually give it a shot. Because they also don't realize that you can still rank and play with, you know, you're not going to have I guess the main drawback for them if they're really into PvP is you're likely not going to have a huge PvP community on that specific server. But you still technically, in theory, could run, you know, premates against the best, the creme de la creme, and live out your wildest PvP dreams. Eight minutes to kill 3 boars. Can we do it? Kind of hard to find these things. You can still world PvP on PvE servers. I heard that. Yeah, you can set up little battles and stuff and do it. I heard that. I'm a little skeptical about that, but this is what I've heard. Yeah, you can still do it, sorta. Hey, what's up, Bowtide? Good to see you, man. Alright, we need two more boars. 7 minutes left. It's gonna be tight. I think we can make it though. Wait, do we just have to kill them within these 7 minutes, or do you have to actually turn it in within these 7 minutes? I feel like you can still turn it in if the timer's gone. No? Just run around flagged. That's true. Thing is, the kind of, you know, the thing is though, it's so rare when you run out in the open world that, you know, at 60 in general. You really are living in instances for the most part. The hardcore challenge is my first time doing a PvE server. Gonna feel weird not using talents with the world PvP in mind. Yeah, it's kind of liberating though, bro. You might feel a little bit liberated. And here's the other thing: there's a very real, palpable pressure to go engineering on a PvP server. Like, you pretty much have to go engineering. And on a PvE server, that's not the case. It's not as much pressure. Engineering's still, you know, bananas, but it's not as bananas. It's not as bananas. Alright, we're done. Let's go turn it in. Dwarf Hunter brings back sick memories from the launch cinematic. Oh yeah. An absolute classic. The Dwarf Hunter. Watch out for the horde pathers. Oh, good call. Good call. That's a big true. I can't speak for all servers, but on Mankrik PvE, I've been in many world PvP battles in Hillsbrad and such. It's just when I'm done, I can turn it off. There it is. I love PvE. It's fun to level and quest with. Not a lot of problems in contested zones. It's true. PvE servers are chill. Super chill. Those Horde Elite Pathers, do they go around the whole of Locke? Do they go, is it a big circle? Crix, you saw me die to the Barons ones, right? Yeah, we died the same way. Yeah, man, you hate to see it. You can die to World PvP in the Hardcore Challenge, yeah. If you aggro a guard, or it might just be guard. Yeah, maybe a guard or a civilian. It will if you aggro a guard or a civilian, I'm pretty sure it's gonna flag you for PvP, and then someone can kill you in that time. So it is possible. It almost happened to me one time. Alright, let's turn this bad boy in. There's one more part. I think it's to kill the crocodiles, and then you get the ammo pouch. Or maybe the ammo pouch is this.
How are you?
What do we get? A sword and a fine cloth shirt. Very cool. It's a cool ass shirt. It's brown. Very hunter. I could have sworn there's one more quest here that gives you an ammo pouch, though. I might be too low level for it. It's probably one of these, man. Let's see. Oh, no, it's... Is it this? It might be this.
Need help?
We're gonna buy these boots. These boots are solid. 5 agi.
Be careful.
We get to use them in like 15%. Big wolf it. We have basically 0 drama and 0 server entry times. Also, the PvP is very deliberate, entered by both combatants. I've had a dude with a Thunder Fury chase me. I simply saluted him and he spared me. You're saying on Medcrick? Was that Medcrick? Oh, Seamus is here? What's up, Seamus? Good to see you, my man. How you doing this evening? Got a cozy leveling stream, man. I'm loving leatherworking, and I'll love not getting corpse camp during my... Oh, what's LW? Alright, we'll do this crocodile quest. Ding 15, then we should be able to get that last quest, get the ammo pouch. Live our best life. Have you made any leatherworking gear yet? No, I haven't. I did some leatherworking work, though. Let me see. What are we at? We are at 41 leatherworking and 75 skinning, so we gotta upgrade the skinning. Oh, Crom Crush, gotcha. Deviate Delight on release was chill too. Had a good amount of world PvP before Battlegrounds. Old friends didn't come on though, so I switched to Fairlene and it's good so far. So Fairlene is good, huh? I know a good amount of people have been transferring off Fairlene recently. How did Fairlene pan out? People were saying, I didn't really keep too close tabs on it. People were saying at launch, remember? Remember that site avoidstreamers.com? I was on there. Some of the larger dudes are on there. They're saying that Fairlene was just going to turn into like this orbiter kind of fanboy type of server. It doesn't seem like it did, though. I feel like it panned out better than people thought. White main feels perfect. I know some people play white main, yeah. Fairlina launch was AIDS, so were all the servers were kind of AIDS at launch though. All the fanboys quit because most of them never played the game before and didn't know what they were getting into. Yeah, the tourists have left, huh? That's why the community feels a little cozier now. It feels a little better. People who were just visiting, they tapped out already. Are you still raiding and playing your Warlock? I spend most of my time doing hardcore, but this week actually I streamed the raids. We didn't have our greatest performance in the world, as you guys saw, but we cleared the content. MC and BWL. I'm gonna start streaming the raids from here on out too, I think. But yeah, I'm still raiding actively. I got what I get, Nemesis boots this week. I remember waiting in line to kill the Warlock in the Orc Troll starting zone. Damn, dude, you gotta skip that one. That's the key, so you get ahead of the Zerg. Alright, we're killing Crocs and we're going north to do the Bingles quests. Do you have your raid on your alliance characters? No, man, I don't. I raided one time. Tanked MC on my prop pally one time. That was about it. Just been streaming shows and chilling. You think more people are gaming now, guys? That's something that's been on my mind. You would think so, right? I heard the other day that Steam hit a new record, but when I look at Twitch, I see less people watching across the board. Pretty much everybody. I don't know what to make. I don't know how to make sense of it. I look at all the streamers across the whole Classic WoW category. Viewership's pretty substantially down across the board. But you would think, you know, everybody's home. Everybody's chilling. People got time. Maybe people are gaming more on their own instead of watching streams. Possible. A lot of people just like keep streams on in the background though as they play. I know I do. Less viewers, yeah. I mean, look at it right now. Just look at Twitch. You know, it's and you look at it at any time. It's definitely lower. Unless everybody's playing Animal Crossing and Doom Eternal, yeah. That's possible too. Now they're trying to stay busy. Yeah, I mean, people are... You never know. It's a fascinating time. It really is. Maybe people, honestly, like... Maybe people were impacted financially or something by everything going on, and they're pretty much just getting their priorities in order. Far-fetched, but possible. You know, the unemployment in California, they said they had about 800 cases or something, or it might have been 2,000 cases a week normally. I think it was 800 though. Now they're at 88,000 or something. Yo, there's been some crazy stuff though. As far as that, the stimulus package, you know, the aid package or whatever. Apparently, if you have a Fannie or Freddie Mac, is that what they're called? The mortgages? You can suspend up to a year on your mortgage, and like you just push off the mortgage for a year. Insane. Insane, dude. Also, no evictions. Pretty much all loans are put into forbearance. They're not, you know, canceling any utility bills. So crazy, man. So crazy. I mean, yeah, to be honest, we're even thinking of doing that too. I mean, the thing is, we don't really need to, but it crosses my mind, because what if everybody does it? What if everybody who has a mortgage, they all do that? And then, you know, people, I don't know, it's just insane. I wonder how the banks are going to support it. It's just the ramifications on every industry is going to be fascinating to witness. Oh, my man Strike. Strikes again with the tier 1 sub, gifting a total of 12, man. Thank you very much, brother. Good to see you back in here, my man. Hope you're staying safe, washing your hands. I watch you when I'm at work or washing bottles. Besides that, I'm gaming. I got you. Scary times, feels bad. It's scary, but does anybody feel me when it's kind of exhilarating at the same time? In the sense that sometimes you go through life, you go through the motions, and it's the same old, it's normalcy. Normalcy is good, right? Like, you know, it takes these times of hardship to, like, realize how good normalcy is. But when this type of stuff happens, it makes you feel like, oh man, there's a story to our lives, you know. There is a story to our lives, very much so. There's stuff to rise to the occasion to. There's a plot line to our lives, and it's happening right now, dude. This is there's a good chance that what's happening right now will be like the spiciest thing that happens in our natural born lives. It's possible. It wakes you up. Oh, dude, I'm awake, man. Yo, one thing, can we all promise each other one thing, guys? For real, though. Real talk. Number one way we can, you know, prepare ourselves is to do cardio. I don't mean that, you know, I mean that for multiple reasons. We gotta like push each other here, I swear. We're just, you know, what I mean by that is that more people are staying at home, right? A lot of you guys are working from home now. You're eating more because you have snacks, because you're like stockpiling, because everybody's stockpiling, and you're moving less because you're at home all day. Your body is used to moving at a certain activity level because you commute to work, you move more. So you're eating more, you're moving less, and probably walking less, jogging less. And the number one way to prepare yourselves for this, you know, for if you were to get it by, you know, God forbid, is to have strong lungs, strong respiratory system, right? Because it's closer to pneumonia than it is to flu. So we gotta push each other, man. Do some jumping jacks or something, dude. The jumping jacks challenge. A lot of people will have that sneak up on them too. You're actually eating less, yeah? Does anyone know anyone who has it? I know a couple people. Yeah. I know a couple people. Pretty sure my cousin has it, man. In LA. He's got a real bad fever right now. I mean, not to say that's pretty sure, but for whatever that's worth. Also know, yeah, I know a couple people that have it. I probably know maybe 3-4 people that have it right now. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Kate? How's it going? Good to see you. You're up late, huh? What time is it over there? I'm definitely eating less, but moving more. I go on walks. That's good. That's real good. Have they been tested? She's getting tested, my cousin. She lives in LA, near Hollywood area. Getting tested right now. You know, her parents, my aunt and uncle, are kind of freaking out. They're heading down there because they want to take care of her, you know. She's young, like in our age bracket though, so I mean, it'll be alright. If anything, people keep telling them it's not the move to go visit her because, you know, they're much older. They're like 60, 65 plus. So I go to 2 to 4 hour walks daily, avoiding everyone by 30 minutes. That's what's up, man. Good for you guys for moving around. I know there's a silent majority, though, not saying shit right now, though. So you guys know who you are, man. Let's try to step up a little bit here. number one way. They say that's the best way to improve your immune system, unless there's something else that I'm not thinking of, but isn't exercise best way? And eating nutrient-rich food and stuff, though. Nine out of 10 people who test for it don't have it. That's reassuring. That's reassuring. I know some people that actually have tested for it, though, 100%. But they're actually already recovering. Thing is, you never know when you're recovered, though, because they say it comes in waves. It gets better, then it gets worse, then it gets better, then it gets worse, then it's over. Sleep? Oh, yeah, sleep's got to be there, too. Brother, I've been smoking for 2 years. I'm 17 years old and my lungs are trashed. Bro, you're 17 though, man. You have like superpowers. Just stop smoking right now. You're gonna recover so fast. Your lungs are gonna recover so fast. Like in 1 month, you're gonna be fine. Just stop smoking right now. You're gonna be fine. Like don't even think it's over. Your lungs are trash, but they're only gonna be trash for like 1 second. You're 17, bro. That's insane. Good for you, man. Congratulations, you're 17. That means you were born after 2000? I don't know. What do you guys? You guys trust anyone born after 2000? A friend of my grandparents is one of the 400-ish that have died in the U.S. so far. Damn. Hate to see it, brother. Hate to see it. Alright, let's go get Bingle's tools. Can I trust them? 2002. What do you think, guys? You meet someone and say, when were you born? And they say, 02. That would just weird me out. I would get the heebie-jeebies if someone says that to me. Yo, Cargers, if your pet dies, is it considered gone? And you have to tame a new one? That's going to be during the tournament only. So during Hardcore Community Cup number 2, that will be the rules. But for just general hardcore, no. Born after Y2K is pretty suspect, right? Lungs can't regenerate, unfortunately. Is that true? Nah, they should be able to regenerate. They can't regenerate. That might be like one of those technicality things. Your lungs can definitely recover, though. You see it, you know, people stop smoking and their lungs get way stronger. That's probably the type of thing where, you know, technically when you hit your head, you lose brain cells, you know, but are you really dumber because you lost a couple brain cells when you hit your head or something? What do you think about the National Guard being deployed in California? I'm worried about them stopping people on the freeways down here. Nah, man. When people hear about the National Guard, they go crazy. They think it's like... They think it's, what is that word? I was talking about it earlier. We're living under martial law, right? The National Guard aren't here to, like, put a gun to it, put a M4 to your head, man. The National Guard are here to help set up hospitals, Army Corps of Engineers getting mobilized, help sanitize things, hand out food, you know, provide general peace and security. It's just people, like they're just dudes like me, man. Like it's not scary if they're being mobilized. Don't freak out. People freak out when they hear that the guards are getting mobilized. My immune system eats diseases like a boss. That's good, man. Bro science. Yeah, that is bro science. Lungs can recover, just takes more than a month. If you're amassing tar in your lungs because of smoking, it will get removed over time, but corona eats your lungs and they don't grow back like other muscles. It's too early to say though, man. We don't know too much about it yet. Some people they think it's you're gonna have permanent respiratory damage. Too early to say. Not enough data. That's why I like Cuomo, man. He just says it how it is. Anybody catch his speech earlier? He was saying, this isn't a long weekend. He's like, we're sort of in that like 4, 6, 9 months range. But I like how he gives figures. You know, he tries to shoot from the hip a little bit. and just tries to be, you know, as honest as he can be. Yeah, I like the way he phrased that. I mean, there's a lot of unknowns here. A lot of unknowns here. It'll pass, though. Life goes on. Are you Filipino heritage? Yeah, I'm half Filipino. Half white, half Filipino. You can never stop smoking long enough to get nice pink lungs like a teenager stepsister. What do you mean? Your lungs can never fully recover? Cuomo seemed like a Chad? Oh, dude, Cuomo is a Chad. He really is. He seems like an absolute, you know, like a pain in the ass to work for, potentially, though, right? Like, he's a hard ass, but he has the most calm, collected leadership I've seen in this entire crisis. Dude, it just looks like it's not his first rodeo. It doesn't even look like it's his fifth rodeo. It looks like it's his umpteenth rodeo. And apparently he's been governor since like 2003. Yo, Seller, you're about at like DEFCON 8. You gotta bring it down to like DEFCON 4, bro. I barely ever, you know, ban people or whatever, but you're going ham. You're wearing that tinfoil hat, bro. Gotta chill. Can being blind in one eye get recovered from? It's possible. Yeah. Yeah. I've seen some of those Facebook videos where somehow they hooked up some machinery or did something to a blind person, and you get to see the reaction when they get to see for the first time. Do you smoke puff bars? What is that? What's a puff bar? I don't know what that is. I don't know, I've been sick like 2 months ago and it was kind of like corona, not really though. Nah, you're good, bro, you're good. What I'd say, the first symptoms are like dry cough. Some people are asymptomatic, I don't know. We're gonna be fine. We joke around a lot about being boomers, guys, but we're still very much considered young people, the vast majority of us. We'll be alright. Must be mind-blowing to see for the first time. Yeah, there's videos out there tracking it. You get to see their first reactions. So it's possible. Retina can be restored, but any optic nerve damage can't yet. There it is, the big brain answer. Yeah, we'll be alright. It's not the end of times. And like I said earlier, you gotta think about the positives. We're gonna get massive technological advances from this. We're gonna learn a ton. All the healthcare systems are gonna be way more prepared for this. There's gonna be a precedent here for, you know, pandemics and stuff like that. It's probably gonna bring us closer together as a species. Oh, that's a lot of troggies. Let's get out of here. We're probably gonna be able to work from home more after all said and done, because the technology is gonna exist to work from home. I think it's going to put us in a big step forward in the fight for climate change. Interesting. Never heard that perspective. I hope this forces different countries to team up against the common enemy. I think so, right? Countries are... There's almost like some war vibes, right? Like, you know, whenever your country's at war or whatever, like people come together, band together. I know everyone's sensing that a little bit. It's like this global fight on something. You know what? Oh, dude, I heard the most big brain thing. There's this scientist, and he's a guy actively working on, you know, cures and stuff. And he said this is the best type of arms race. This is the term they used, arms race. Type something in the chat if you're alive. This is worth hearing. They were talking about this is a war effort, right? And we're in this arms race. And he said, this is the best kind of arms race. This is an arms race where we're all working together as a global species. We're all working. It's a unified arms race against one common enemy. It's not like one country over here making an arms race versus this country. It's all countries. Arms race to save mankind. Yes, there it is. Isn't that pretty cool though? It's that, you know, the global arms race, man. He said, yeah, that was just big brain. Big true, it enhances research and innovation speed. Yo. God, I just did the same thing. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing, expecting different results? I just did the exact same thing. Expecting a different result. Actually, there is a different result. I killed one this time. I'm not insane, boys. We're gonna lose our boar, though. We're gonna lose our piggy. He is dead. Yo, what? Why are they still chasing me? Hello? Is this that weird bug where your pet keeps you leashed forever? Bro, what? Don't tell me this is that fucking end, bro. Don't tell me this, brother. Don't tell me this, dude. I'm gonna die to this pet shit. I'm not gonna die, but that actually pisses me off, man. That actually pisses me off so much. That is fucking disgusting right there. That is not how it's supposed to be. You know, people will go back to vanilla. Like, that is not how it's supposed to be. People will know from vanilla, it's not so. When you have a pet, there's a weird issue where it will keep them leashed for like infinity or double as long. That is not how it's supposed to be. 100% not supposed to be like that. Actually, like, incorrect Blizzard actual bug to the reference client. Anybody who's had a pet here on their classes, they know what I'm talking about. It drives you nuts. That stuff will stay leashed forever because you have a pet. I mean, we just died through just sheer luck, but like that just feels bad, man. If we had died that way, man, just would have turned off the stream probably. No. It's a documented thing that I've asked Navik, ask a lot of the big brains who know more about Classic than any of us combined. They will tell you, they will confirm and tell you it's not supposed to look like that. It's actually a bug. Your pet isn't supposed to keep stuff leashed like that. There's some interaction between, because you have a pet, that they just chase you for a ridiculous amount of time. Are you allowed to get another pet for hardcore? Yes, you are in just the general hardcore mode. But during the tournament, if your pet dies, you can't. You're like during the tournament on the 28th. If your pet dies, you have to tame a new one. Thing is, do we even go for this quest? I'm just gonna skip this quest. This quest got me feeling a certain kind of way. This Bingle's quest, not Wolf. Too high risk. Would you recommend Hunter in PvP? Is it fun, powerful? Absolutely. Yeah, a lot of big brains will say it's the strongest world PvP class. They're very strong. People always talk about Hunters falling off in vanilla. Well, they don't fall off in PvP, really. People can make that case for PvE and raiding and stuff. But PvP, they stay strong throughout. They're really fun and powerful. McDonald's is shutting down all stores now in the UK as well. Wow, Mickey D's is closing down too, huh? Mickey D's is still open here. It's one of the only places open still for fast food in Cali, at least where I'm at. What's the farthest you've gotten in hardcore mode? 35 is our best PR before. What about Warlocks? No, Warlock says it's a different RP to their pets, and Warlocks aren't. There's a tuning element to this. Because Hunters are still going to be #1 most likely, but it'll slow them down a little bit, hopefully, with the pet taming. The warlocks actually didn't rank very high on the leveling comparatively. I think there was all hunters. They had like 4 hunters. Then there was a paladin in the number 2 spot, and then a warrior, and then a shaman, and then I think it was warlock. What do you say? Hunter is a better choice over rogue for PvP and PvE? It's too broad, man. It's too broad. All the classes are good in this vanilla environment. 112. People will tell you it's one of the most balanced patches of in all of World of Warcraft history. So all the classes are good. PvP, PvE, they're all needed. In PvP, they're all needed. Even in the top high-end pre-made, every class is needed. In PvE and raids, every class is needed. In and out is still open? Not by me. I don't think it is, at least. You gonna get a carrion bird? I'm gonna try it with a boar this time around. I wish I had a boar on my last hunter.
How are you? Great to meet you.
Oops.
Be good.
Alright. How much ammo we have? We have a decent amount of ammo. Let's head back over to that lodge. We'll turn that in. I think we're gonna leave. Gonna leave Loch Madan. We'll head over to the Stormwind area. The one in Culver City still booming? That's what's up. Boar over carrion bird for more damage. It's mainly for just faster uptime. I mean, the carrion bird's solid too, for sure. But in the early levels, at least, if your boar does kind of feel better in a certain light because it's just so snappy. You just snap to the target so fast, and you shred through stuff so fast. Carrion bird would be solid too, though. Oh, my man Frost.live. No, he did not. No, he did not. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me my man Frost. Don't tell me my man Frost just hit us with the fat host. Frost.live, my brother. Thank you so much for the host, man. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're staying safe, brother. Let me do a shout out to my man Frost.live. The absolute boss. Rank 14 Magus. One of the top PvPers in the Washed Up guild. His guild isn't washed up. That's just what the guild is called. We're not firing any shots here. That's what it's called. Here he is, boys. If you have not tuned into Frost.live, you're doing it wrong. A beacon of light in dark times, my man Frost.live. Can't wait for the tourney this weekend. You're playing again? No way. That is awesome, brother. Yeah, Frost.live, it was so good having you in the first tournament, man. I mean, it was painful watching you die. You had a lot of fans, bro. I'm so glad you're coming back. That means you enjoyed it, dude. I didn't know if you enjoyed it or not because you're more of a PvP big brain, you know, getting rank 14 and all that. But that's hype. That's hype. Having a rank 14 player playing in the tournament, you love to see it. THC Force Ghost, take Argos. You think 25 silver for 8-slot bag worth it? I'm level 14, 1 gold, 5 silver total. At 14? Yeah, I think you have a little bit of gold to spare. Probably 25 silver to spare. You're getting it early so it pays itself off faster. That seems kind of worth it. I just buy 1 though. I like the change of pace a lot. That's so you know you truly love the game, man. Not only do you pump at rank 14, PvP big brain, but you still enjoy going back to the basics. Leveling a fresh character with 1 life. Anyway, that was my friend's B-Day. I gotta go have a good stream. Happy birthday to your friend, man. Stay safe out there. Watch your hands. Appreciate the host, man. I really do. I'll get you back. Is leveling your favorite part of WoW? Yes, it is. I used to be embarrassed about that, but it's true. I find it pretty relaxing. It's pretty nice. Walking around the world, leveling fresh guys, trying new classes. So I'm so excited. The hardcore stuff is working out. Because we're making leveling great again. Cargos, like to watch normal content as well? Yeah, on Wednesdays and Thursdays from here on out, I'll be streaming the raids. Nadav, if you're interested in that. So people like to watch raids. That's surprising to me, but people like. I think most people just like to chill. Highest hardcore was 35. Oh, you think we can do this Trog quest? Let's see. This might be a huge yikes. Let's test the waters a little bit here. You have to get the stone tablets, right?
Great to meet you.
Carved stone idol, that's right. I think they just dropped from the Trogs, though. At 15?
You got my attention.
Kinda sketchy. Gathering idols. If they just drop from the Trogs, and that's it, then maybe it's fine. 19? You kill a 19? I mean, I could probably kill one at a time, but... Come on now. Alright, I'm out. Not wolf. Got wing clip up. Got an Audi 3000. Stop attacking him. Can I stop attacking him? There it is. Okay. Let us leave. Let us depart. This is death written all. I can smell death here. Is he gonna chase us forever? Look, they're not supposed to chase this far, man. It's because we have a pet. I'm telling you. It's because we have a pet. Look at him. Chasing us all this way. Something weird with pets. My pet didn't even attack him, really. So Trump calling New York, Washington, and California disaster areas? I mean, what does that change? And everybody knows about coronavirus now. It's, you know, there's literally no way you don't know about it. People know about the spread. Maybe that enables something, some kind of legislature. I'm not sure. You don't have to have a very large brain though to realize that New York, California, and Washington are gonna be some of the most hardest hit places. New York City accounts for 5% of global cases. 5%. Alright, you show your dogs off and on in the stream. I'm getting a dog shepherd mix in the coming week. Do you have any tips for a first-time dog owner? Absolutely. What age is the dog? You getting a puppy? Is it going to be grown up already? Talk about dogs. I'm down. Talk about some doggos. I don't see how it's a bug though, and if it is, it would have been fixed already because it's such an easy fix. So here's the thing: if you don't hit something, it shouldn't follow you after a certain period of time. So you have to run away from its spawn point, and if you don't hit something, but it depends on what level you are. At the lower levels, it's actually shorter. So at this level, it's probably like 10 seconds. If you don't hit something for 10 seconds and you're running away from it, it should de-leash and go back to its spawn point. And that's at a maximum of 10 seconds. And like those trogs before are following us for like 15-20 seconds, maybe even more. Because that's the general leash to keep something following you in Classic. You want to ping it with something every like 10 seconds or so. Was it like that on your Orc Hunter? Yeah, it's just a pet thing. If you have pets. Yo, what's up, Dust? Good to see you, man. What's up, Dusty? Are you hanging in there in San Diego, man? Midway running, I saw you send your pet in and back again. You think so? I'd have to go back and look at it. If that's true, that could be responsible. Highest level's been 35. Yeah, you're good? Dude, good to see it, good to see it. It's about distance, not time. Maybe with regard to having stuff reset. I don't even know if that's necessarily... To keep stuff leashed, it's 100% about time, though. It's 100% about time. There's a certain amount of time. To keep there's actually a set amount of time. Like, there's a hard number. At level 60, someone's going to know it. It's like 18 seconds or something at 60. And at lower levels, it's a shorter amount of time. It's like 9 or 10 seconds or something like that at the lower levels. To keep something leashed, it's just hunter fundamentals. The biggest city in America accounts for 5% of cases, and they were slow to act. Thought you were a prepper. Where's that prepper instinct? I don't know where you're going with this. I mean, they're slow to react. I mean, I don't know. People say that all the time, but this is uncharted waters. We've never been in a situation quite like this. I think people are doing their best. Could they have reacted sooner? It's possible, but it's the type of thing where it's coulda, woulda, shoulda. I think people are doing their best. Would you mind showing survival talents, please? Wonder if parry is worth putting points in. Sure. Parry's not worth putting it in now. For leveling, yeah, it's pretty much never worth putting in because the humanoid slaying and the monster slaying is just better than parry. You're not gonna be taking that many melees to the dome, I think. I mean, if you wanted to explore the melee hunter possibility, I wouldn't advise it though. You're gonna be killing a lot of beasts, humanoids. This plus damage is no joke. The biggest city in America is only 5% cases. I still don't understand where you're going with this. They're testing the most aggressively. They're doing the most tests. They're testing more than any state in any country. But yeah, I mean, it's not that shocking. I mean, I'm just saying it merely for observation, you know. Just an observation. It's anyway. Is this on a PvP server? No, this is a PvE server. This is Bloodsail Buccaneers, US East RP PvE. Any idea how much gear it requires to do the Hunter DM solo gold farms? Not too much. But I just need some dungeon blues. But the more gear you have, the easier it's going to be for you. The dog I'm getting is 13 weeks, so it's still a pup. Okay. 13 weeks. All right. Yeah, I have a lot to say on this. Okay, you're getting a shepherd mix. Why is YouTube chat the most toxic? I don't know. I really don't know. It's not, I mean, I don't consider that toxic, but it's been a little rowdier on the YouTube side of things. Yeah. What was I saying, though? Yeah, with the new puppy, one thing that I've always done with my dogs, I would highly recommend it, is you get a bell. You can make one yourself, or you can buy one at Petco. You've seen them, right? It's a little thing that'll hang off your door. And it'll hang off, and it'll just hover like an inch or two above the floor. And when you get that puppy, man, every 4 hours, you're taking that dog out. And you have to outlast it. The first week or two is the most critical time in the entire dog's life, pretty much. You set the tone so, like, if you scuff it in those first 2 weeks, no pressure, but pressure for real, because you're gonna make it way easier on yourself. You know, you can course correct the behavior later, but if you put in that work in the first couple weeks, it will be so much easier for you. So what I would do is I would get the dog and teach it early that if it cries, there is no positive association with it crying. Right? Like, you have to put it in, maybe even consider putting it in the garage if you have to. If it is making a ton of noise and whining, you have to teach it early that it crying is absolutely zero impact, because it's just going to be crying and whining every time you put it in some situation it's not supposed to. Like you're gonna be in charge of the dog's vitals, so you're gonna know if it has to go potty or if it needs water or food, because you're gonna be on top of it 24/7, right? But you take it out like every 4 hours, and when you take it out, you outlast the dog and wait for it to do its business, and then hyper reward it. Give it a ton of treats, be super happy for it. But you have to outlast it, and you have to be like really clear and decisive and consistent with your line of plays, because the dogs are looking for leadership in you as a human, and you have to just deliver on that and be really consistent with it. But with the bell, the bell, just to finish that thought, you hang a bell off your door, and every time you're going to take the dog out, super consistent here, you pick up its paw and you hit the bell and you say potty. And you just do it yourself over and over again every single time. No exceptions when you take it out. Every time you pick up the paw and hit potty. Eventually, you're going to be at your computer, you're going to be chilling, and you're going to hear the dog hit the bell by itself. And it's going to signal you that it needs to go out. And then a vital lifeline at that point is created between you and your dog. The dog is now able to communicate with you. So if it has the runs or something and needs to go out, it has a lifeline for you to signal you. And the bell works phenomenally well.
Hello.
Eventually you'll be able to reach a point that when you bring your dogs to a hotel, to a guest house, you have to spend time somewhere else, you can bring the bell with you, and you can hang it off of another door, and they will know what that means. These dogs are smart, and they will hit that bell, and the dog will really appreciate it because it has a way to communicate with you. And sometimes they're going to try to gamify the system. They're going to try and game the system because they want to play and they want to go out. You're just going to have to out big brain your dog and know when it's trolling and when it's serious. You're going to have develop a sixth sense with it.
How are ya?
But one thing
Watch
that
your back.
a lot of dog owners, myself included in the
Safe
past,
now?
have messed up on is checking in on the dog too much every time it whines. If it's whining, you can't give into it and check in on it all the time and reward it. It has to know that there's really zero impact if it just starts crying and barking and stuff, especially barking. You have to have what tactics do you suggest for curing an adult dog of whining barking? It's tough, man. It's tough, but dogs are really sensitive to your energy. So if you change the tone with your dog, and if your dog is barking, and you are dead ass serious with it, and you enter the room and you are just not playing, and there's a clear consequence for the whining barking. So what you're gonna have to do is you're probably gonna have to break the dog. The dog is whining and barking in a bad way, right? For me, what I would do is I'd put the dog out in the patio, which is a covered patio. It's safe. I'd put food and I'd put water out for it, and just close the curtains and leave it out there. Leave it out there and still, facilitate its business, right, when it needs to go and do whatever, but you have to show clear and decisive consequence for that action. And it's going to take probably about a week of doing that to behavior correct like an adult dog, but you'll get there. You just got to break him. Break the motherfucker, exactly, yeah, you got to. You got to do what you got to do. Hey Carl, it's good to see you on. I'm on break right now. I work at a nursing home. It's getting crazy. Damn, Lucas. Good to see you back in here though, my man. But you guys have seen the dogs, right? Where the dogs just run the humans. Maybe with the little dogs it's easier to get away with, but when you have some of the larger dogs, that's a bad look. The bell move is big brain. Yeah, it's worked out phenomenally well. Is Classic worth getting into this late? Absolutely. I made this guy yesterday or 2 days ago. It's not going anywhere. You're not missing out on anything. If you think you're missing out on anything, it's an illusion. You're not really missing out on anything at all. People are constantly leveling alts. It's not too late whatsoever. Break them early so later they can be great? Absolutely.
What can I do for you? Hello.
It's all out of love too, right? It's all out of love. You're just looking out for their safety.
Have a good one. Well met.
It's just the earlier you can do it, man, no pressure, but the earlier you can stay on top of it and like the easier it's, same with leashes, man. I've made terrible mistakes on the leash front.
Safe
Terrible
travels.
mistakes on the leash front. My dogs are not that good on leash. I have to say they're okay, but it's a struggle for me. And there's some things I could have done way better. And on the leash, you just have to start the leash training early, and have them right by your side. They never get in front of you. Don't let them step in front of you. They have to be right by your side. You don't want them in front of you. And I struggle with this. My dogs are not the greatest with this. But the earlier you can get on top of that and instill from like day 0 that when they're on the leash, they don't walk in front of you, and that they stay by your side and follow your pace. And if you teach them, to stay on the side of the heeling and all that, it's going to be so much easier later. My sister's yellow lab has terrible leash training, pulls so hard she chokes himself. My dogs are in a similar boat, man, and it makes life so much harder for like a decade, pretty much. So the stakes are pretty high here. It's tough to correct that. My first German Shepherd was the hardest thing in my life to raise. Now on my second, first one's still around, and it was so much easier. But yeah, you must be literally 100%, yeah. Because the thing is, man... Yeah, maybe that's enough dog talk. Most people probably don't have dogs. They're just like, what are we talking about? But, you want to feel like you can trust your animal and that you have control of it. So if you do take it to a dog park, you feel like you can actually recall it in a pinch, or if it's in a bad spot, that you can trust it to like listen to you. Dude, love your YouTube videos. Hope you're staying safe. Thanks very much, Mr. Lavender Town. I appreciate it. Car goes, I simply just love your streams. I always watch on YouTube plus Twitch to make the support, but now I only watch you. Thanks for all the great content and chill atmosphere. Yo, I really, really appreciate that, Ascar. It's been a little bit strange recently with all the pandemic and stuff. I physically cannot help myself from talking about it. So it kind of just is what it is. I can try to not talk about it, but it just slips through the cracks. W. Brabison with the Twitch Prime. Thank you very much for the support, brother. Welcome to the Hive Mind. Welcome, welcome. I use a gentle leader for my dog and it works perfect. She stays right by my side and never pulls. I'm not sure what that is, but that's what's up. Get a dog, it'll be the most rewarding experience you'll have, especially in times like this, man. Absolutely love the dogs. So, for those people who aren't dog owners, a lot of this is how I'm assuming, because I've always really been a dog owner. But I'm assuming if you're not a dog owner and you see someone who has a therapy dog, you probably just scratch your head like, what is that? What is the dog even doing? It's kind of just sitting there. It's not actually really doing anything. What is this therapy dog? It doesn't look like it's doing anything to give you therapy. If you have a dog, you know what I'm talking about. Like the dog's existence is just extremely therapeutic. I don't know what it is, but I promise you pet your dog, your like blood pressure will go down. You will just feel way calmer. You can be in the worst mood ever. You chill with your dog, you feel so much better. It does something. Its existence does something. It's hard to explain. I adopted an old English bulldog who had never been walked before, and he was 3. I got one of those collars with the prongs in it, and although I felt like a complete piece of shit, it worked after a month. No, dude, those are totally legit. Those are great training tools. The ones with the prongs, totally legit. 100% legit. No, you shouldn't feel like a piece of shit about it at all. The chokers, stuff like that, they're training tools. They don't necessarily have to be the permanent leash, like that you use forever, but to correct the behavior, like you use it as a training tool. Absolutely good stuff. It's nice to hear someone tackle things from a moderate standpoint. This isn't the end, but we do need to straighten up, and we will learn and grow a lot. 100%, yeah. Yeah, this is not the end of times, man. But it's definitely a huge posture check to the world. My dog has literally changed my life. Same. Love my dogs. Human's best friend, indeed. A lot of similarities to having a kid, to be honest. Takes a lot of work and lifestyle changes, but very rewarding. I could see that. It's like the minor leagues. The kids are the big leagues, right? You get the dogs, you keep it alive, especially the larger dogs. It's like you get to experience the minor leagues a little bit, and you feel more confident. Now I feel more confident going into the big leagues. I still don't know what I'm in for, but... Any tips on my Rockdalar bow? Not sure how it's spelled. You can get some people to help carry you on it if you have having trouble with it. Yes, back in the day, we kind of spoiled our German Shepherd by being too good. If I was to get a new one, I'd learn from day one to listen. Yeah, same. 100%. I made a lot of mistakes as well. There's a pit bull and 2 cats asleep in the room with me at the moment. They like the dark computer room. I hear that. Sometimes I have my dogs right below me, just right around my chair, so I can't move in any direction, or else I'll run over their tail. Hey, Arcane, good to see you, man. Good morning. Yo, Arcane. Arcane works at Costco. Arcane, I am absolutely blown away by how well-oiled of a machine Costco is. I went there today, just do a little resupply, or just to continue chipping away at, getting more essentials. Costco was running like a well-oiled machine. They were like some high-speed, low-drag motherfuckers in there. Like, they were crispy, razor sharp. Everything was sanitized. Everything had clear limits on it. They had people proactively wiping down the registers, customer after customer. Everybody was gloved up, N95 masks on. Super high speed. Costco is where I'm going if I have to step out. 10-year-old Akita at home. She's not the best guard dog since her hearing went, but if she sees an intruder, he will not have a good day. Yeah, and they don't know that, right? They don't know that, dude. Akitas are pretty solid. They're pretty chunky. Probably looks pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Axel? I think I read in Men's Health that dogs and cat owners are less likely to die of heart attacks and strokes. Dude, I believe it. 100%. 100% XP boost working in Classic? No, that's just a retail thing. Kids in your future cargoes? We're going to start trying soon. Thing is, man, we'll see how this COVID stuff plans out, right? I mean, they don't think it carries over into pregnancy, but all elective surgeries being canceled. Kind of a tumultuous time to have kids, and by definition, if you're pregnant as a woman, you're immunocompromised. So to become immunocompromised with this pandemic, they push out the timeline a little bit. Costco, bro, hell yeah, dude. I was surprised. I was thinking, I was tempted to get a chicken bake there today. But then I was thinking to myself, I'm going to be eating it with my hands. It's going to get messy. No, not the play, not the play. I was tempted, though. I saw the hot dogs. I saw the chicken bakes. Almost went for it. There's a few keys with leash training. Leash should always be 5 foot max. Oh, yeah, don't get one of those, the plastic, how do you even describe it? It's got like a wire on it and a little plastic thing with a button. Don't get those. Just get the 5-inch, or even the 5 foot or the 3 foot leash. Even that is fine. Just the solid static leash. Always 2 hands on the leash. Interesting. Dog is always right next to you. Yep. Absolutely. Don't let them step in front of you. I'm telling you, that's the number one thing. You get your dog, and you have to over exaggerate when you get the dog. Like, you may seem like you think it's messed up, but as soon as the dog does something you don't like, you kind of have to freak out on it. At least IMO. People say, with kids too, no negative reinforcement, only positive reinforcement. I don't know how I feel about that. I think life gives you negative reinforcement. In life, if you do something bad, there's a consequence, a negative consequence. You go to jail, you pay a fine. There's negative reinforcement in life. Therefore, I think negative reinforcement is effective. You need both, positive and negative. So, you could see that as negative reinforcement. But if you freak out on them early, it'll kind of shock them. And they'll kind of get the picture a little bit, like faster. They'll learn pretty fast. And then on the same note, when they do something you want them to do, like to go out, go potty when they need to, you have to overreact and in a positive way, right? Give them a bunch of, pets and give them a treat and make it seem like they did the best thing ever. Like the best thing ever, like they made the biggest plays. I think people forget dogs are still animals. Sometimes you have to be stern with them so they understand. Definitely. Aren't dogs expensive as fudge? They can be. They can be. I mean, healthcare form isn't cheap. You know, all the vaccinations. You go to get the treats, the bully stick. You have to be smart with what kind of treats you get. And bully stick in New York City. When I used to live in New York City, you know what anybody know what a bully stick is? Bully sticks are kind of suspect. The dogs love them, but if you know, does anybody know what a bully stick is? First of all, you know, actually what it is, how they make it, the process. Kind of gross. What's the best way to correct excessive barking with a pup, but also keep it important to bark for security? The dogs, if you have like a natural, if you have like a German Shepherd or something, they're gonna bark. They're vocal creatures. They will bark. Don't worry about silencing them forever. They will grow into and understand over time when it's appropriate to bark. But the best way is to start early and to ignore them. When they bark and they do it, you don't freak out and startle them and react in like this negative, frenzied way. You just have to be as cool as a cucumber, provide a clear negative consequence to that action. They bark, they get moved out to the garage, they get locked in a dark garage. Not super dark, but, make it a negative consequence and be consistent with it. And you will have to break them, which will take multiple days, potentially. With our recent dog, it didn't take too long. It took like a day. I think my biggest mistake was using only negative reinforcement. My next pup, I'll know better, and even if children come into the mix, I hear ya. You still probably were pretty effective, though, I'm guessing. Bro, I was amazed by my local grocery store, too, Meijiri. We had people sanitizing all the carts and checkout stations constantly. I'm telling you, man, it's bringing out a level of professionalism in people in some of these places. Have you had an issue with OBS where it stops recording? It just happened on my hardcore shaman, so I deleted him. Damn, you may have run out of space, bro, on your computer if you're recording it locally. That's why streaming it's kind of legit. Did you run out of storage space? Because it'll automatically stop recording if you do. Chicken bake? Yeah, chicken bakes are good. The 150 hot dog and soda. It's not even just the hot dog, it's the soda too. It's unprecedented value. Don't let your kids do things that make you not like them. If you don't like it, other people aren't going to like your kids. Seems like that's spoken from a position of experience. All about balance, yeah. So a bully stick is made from beef pizzle. Pizzle. This could be an old wives' tale. I'm pretty sure this is true, though. I mean, this is why we have the hive mind, right? I'm pretty sure pizzle is beef penis. I don't know if that's TOS. Nice knowing you guys. Can you say penis on stream? You probably can. And it's rolled out into big sheets and dried. And for some reason, they turn that into bully sticks. That's what beef pizzle is. I'm pretty sure. And dogs love it, but a bully stick in New York City, one bully stick is like $20. Yeah, but they love it. The dogs love it, and it kind of has a smell to it too. Like, it's not the most egregious smell, but it's definitely not delightful. But so yeah, if you buy bully sticks and you buy all the bougie stuff for the dogs, they have dog ice cream now. They have dog this. They have dog baked goods. You can spend a small fortune. Might as well use that steer wang instead of letting it go to waste. Yeah, I don't know, man. Who came up with that great idea? But that's what I'm pretty sure that's what it is. No dissenters in here. Yeah, dog ice cream. They have dog everything. Because apparently millennials, we love dogs more than kids. Apparently we have more dogs than ever, and we spend the pet industry is, multi-billion-dollar industry. What wifey likes to spend a good amount on the dogs. She likes to spoil them and stuff. I try to get the most value efficient stuff, right? I try to find the best bang for the buck, and try and get treats that are good, good value, and all that. So it doesn't have to be that expensive, honestly. Buy your food in bulk. Buy it ahead of time. Get treats that last a while. Get toys that aren't just gonna get instantly destroyed and turn into like fluff. That's just gonna, you know, have a lifetime value of about 30 seconds. Get some stuff that will last, and it's not that bad. I'm 20 and there's no way I could afford a dog right now. It wouldn't be fair to it or me. Dude, some of these dog foods now are so expensive too. People, you know, the raw diet, they probably have keto for dogs. They're giving them frozen patties. They're giving them just all. It's insane. My parents, they spend a lot on their dog, and they get them the Stella and Chewy's food. And it's kind of like this wet type of food or something. I don't even know what it is, but I don't know, man. You can spend a lot on dogs. You can spend a lot on dogs, definitely. Chewy.com. I like Chewy. Chewy just sent us sent me a birthday card for my dog today. And the dog said, it said like happy birthday to one of the dogs. They do a good job at Chewy. The reason why I like them is they offer free shipping on big dog food bags, which is nice. And sometimes they have some good deals on there. Chewy's good. My personal opinion, feed them meat. The dog food companies make me sick. Yeah, it's tough to know exactly where to stand on that. Some people say they should eat raw food because they descend from wolves. Some people will say the opposite. They will say dogs actually don't really descend from wolves. As long as dogs started as scavengers, scavenging off of human civilization society remains. So they would be basically eating trash and scraps, and that they're not actually that close to wolves. Seems like no one really knows exactly. They go through different shifts in the meta right now. They said feed your dog grain-free food. You heard that for the longest time, right? Years and years, probably the better half of a decade, maybe more than a decade, maybe a decade and a half. Grain-free food, especially with German Shepherds, they have sensitive stomachs. Now, doctor at UC Berkeley, about a year ago, said grain-free food will significantly increase your dog's chance of getting certain types of cancer and stuff. So now the dog food meta is shifting away from grain-free, and we're feeding the grains. Who knows, man? What dog food would you recommend? I would go to dogfoodadvisor.com, find something that's like a B+, that's not the super bougie one, and then try to find the cheapest B+ dog food. That's what I do. And I get mine at Tractor Supply. Get a 40-pound bag for like $30 bucks, $35 for a 40-pound bag. I use the Sport Mix one. Use blue, right? Blue Buffalo, you're saying? Or Blue Mountain? Oh, I don't even know why I'm walking. I should just heart the Iron Forge. You have to be an idiot to believe feeding dogs grains? What do you mean? Giving them grains? I mean, that's what the meta is saying. You should feed them grains, not grain-free. That's what the doctors are saying. I'm not a doctor. Just trying to get the best info. I don't think it's that serious. It's like humans. There's always a new flavor of the month. Hipster ingredient trending. It's kombucha this week. Something else next week. I've been using Nutrisource. I've actually seen some breeders swear by that. Nutrisource, yeah. A lot of vets recommend the Science Diet too, man. I've had bad experiences with Science Diet. The vet told me that grain-free could possibly lead to heart problems, but had no answers for me when I pressed as to why. Yeah, I mean, there was some doctor, a very respected doctor at UC Berkeley, who came up with this big comprehensive study. You could probably look into it. I didn't look into it personally, but they were pretty determined to make that point that you should switch over to feeding the grains again from grain-free.
What's on your mind? You got my attention.
So now you're starting to see, you go into a dog food store,
See.
foods with grains again. because it was like 95% would have no grains in it. Yeah, I mean, it's not that serious. You know. Hey, Cogman, what happened to the Druid? The Druid, we were in... Oh, or Sasabite, what's up, bro? The Druid, we were in Barrens. There's a Twitch clip of it. Let me find the Twitch clip for you. You can witness it. 439 views on the clip. Wow, Here's the clip if anybody missed it. The Druid death. Are shamans worth playing? Absolutely. A lot of shaman enthusiasts. It's hard to burn out of playing a shaman. Lots of great playstyles. It's like 6 of one, half dozen of the other. All these dog food brands are so specialized nowadays. Yeah. It's true, bro. Channeler's Trident. You love to see it. Welcome back, man. It's been a minute. Hope your night's going well. It is going well.
What's on your
Talking
mind?
about dogs, talking about the pandemic,
Aye.
talking about WoW. Chilling with the best people.
Off with you.
The hive mind.
I've the finest wares in the land. Watch your back.
Back to the Druid F, right? That was rough. It was rough. It was a rough death. Rough death. Was he 19? Yeah. You hate to see it. So close to you know, cat form. I'm gonna go slaughter those bats right now. What's up, Slice and Dice? Good to see you, man. That clip, right? Yeah, I hate to see it. You really do. Hell yeah. Alright, we're going to Stormwind. My original main in vanilla was a Dwarf Hunter though, so really enjoy this. It's very picturesque. It's up there with, you know, Orc Warrior. Dwarf Hunter just feels good. What's your biggest first world problem annoyance when it comes to Classic? Mine's not having a long cloak. I'll use a much weaker cloak if it's an extra... Okay, most annoying one. That's definitely up there. Having a piece of gear that's better, but looks terrible, and yeah, that's up there. First world problem. Let's see. Getting a bad pet name as a warlock. I don't know. I think about this. Long cloak, that's definitely one. Yeah, I chose it from the original video trailer. I was just blown away from the view of the Iron Forge and that dwarf leaning on his gun. Hell yeah. I was talking to Zavage today. I did actually a podcast on. I don't know if anyone saw it earlier. I did a podcast with North earlier. We're doing this MMO podcast. It's a general MMO podcast. We're reviewing different games, kind of, and just giving our 2 cents on it. So we did Guild Wars 2 today over on North's channel. I actually played a little bit of Guild Wars 2 for a couple hours, and I found out today that I never played Guild Wars 2 before. I played Guild Wars 1. I actually played vanilla Guild Wars. I thought it was Guild Wars 2. But anyway, we were talking about Guild Wars today, and Zavage was talking, one of the people on there. He was saying that he picked Shaman because the cinematic had that big totem weapon. He thought you could smack someone with the totem, and that is true. You never ever got to realize that dream. Oh, we gotta catch the rags. Oh. You never got to realize that dream as a shaman. You never got to actually smack something with a big tree timber. Dwarf Hunter OP first scene we saw. Wow, true. But you guys remember, I mean, from the cinematic, didn't that look so cool? This, Tauren shaman just freaking curb stomp somebody with the dwarf. Who's he fighting? The dwarf or something with the big tree trunk? You don't like that they name your void Grop Grazzle? Yeah, right, exactly. Apparently my name can be an imp. Cargo's can be an imp name. Fun fact. Yeah, Dwarf Hunter, and he was slamming his bear. Oh yeah. Never got to actually do that though. They really, I mean, that's a missed opportunity right there, right? Giving shamans the ability to smack someone with a humongous totem. That would be a cool ass weapon. Got a random epic drop, Myrmidon's ring, and sold it for 750 gold, and used it to get all exalted with Darn. That's what's up, man.
Hi, how are you? You have a great day.
750. That's a lot. Golly. Yeah, fist weapons too. There's some sick fist weapons though. Oh, dude, what was that fist weapon again that turned you into a tiger? That's probably the best one, right? It was like a 1% chance though. It was super rare. I don't even know what it did. When he turned into a tiger. Sorry to trigger everybody. Yawns are contagious.
Hey,
If that triggered anybody to yawn.
pleased to meet you.
Oh, it was in 2005. Gotcha. What is the add-on you're using for the Serpent Sting timer? It's called Nug Running, N-U-G Running. Imagine getting a Warlock to imp cargoes and your imp gets cargoes as a name. I know, right? I was thinking about that. Someone told me I should just keep re-rolling until I get it, because there's probably not that many imp names. But what is history of the cargo's name? I wish it was something more epic, but it was randomly generated. My Warlock's imp name is Yip Yap. Not a bad name. Analysis of Paleolithic era teeth from a 28,500-year-old fossil site in the Czech Republic provides supporting evidence for two groups of canids, one dog-like and the other wolf-like, with differing diets. Compared to the wolf-like canids, the teeth of the early dog canids, called proto-dogs by the researchers, had larger wear scars, indicating a diet that included hard, brittle foods. The teeth of the wolf-like canids had smaller scars, suggesting they consumed more flesh. What's the TLDR with that, though? So there's two different... They splintered off to one more carnivorous, meat-eating type of dog, and one that was more of a scavenger. Were they all the same species, though? You know... Eshkanders, that's it. Yup. How many times have you failed? Man, maybe half a dozen now? 6, 7 times? Seen like 20 challenges? No, we had, the original Human Warrior. We had a Tauren Warrior who died really quickly. We had the Tauren Druid who just died. We had the Orc Hunter that just tried. And we had the Troll Warrior that just died. That died a little while ago. The Troll Warrior. I think there's only 5. The Dwarf Rogue is still alive. So he's still kicking. I have a Night Elf Druid who's still alive. He's still kicking, but I haven't played him in a minute. I think we're only at like, 6 or something like that. I can't think of anything else. Yo, Cargos, unrelated question, but that black jacket is looking fire. Where'd you get it? I get it off Amazon. I have certain things, like my wardrobe is very, very simple. I basically like to have like a uniform for myself, just to keep everything out of sight. I just don't have to think about this stuff. I'm not really a fashionista. So I like a lot of the Condor stuff. If you look up Condor, it's a good brand. And I just have a couple different jackets that work for me, and I just get a lot of them. And I just keep it super simple. It's all like really good quality, so it's all like kind of that ripstop fabric. It's not going to tear on you. Same thing with pants. I like the 511 pants. I like the True Spec pants. No matter what you present me, I still stand on the fact that meat would be healthier than the gunk they produce for dogs. It's possible, man. Some people swear by that type of diet. Thing is, you have to go to the butcher and you have to get the livers and the kidneys and you have to get all this type of stuff, and you give them all the meat because you need to give them those nutrients, right? But how many people actually live near a butcher that would be down to do that, and then there's potential health and safety issues of, is that butcher clean, are you going to transport that well? It's also a pain in the ass to give them all those organs and stuff all the time. It just seems like your quality of life would suffer by trying to actually pull off that diet. It'd be something you could do for like a month or two, and then you'd burn out of it. But if you can do it, man, more power to you. What will happen to the paycheck to paycheck people in the U.S. when they get laid off? What will happen to the paycheck to paycheck people in the U.S. when they get laid off? Well, you know, there's trillions of dollars going into the U.S. economy. They're just printing money, right? That's, you know, they're just printing money. So it's going to help in the temporary, in the short term, having a little bit of a liquid injection like that. But your purchasing power is going to decrease, right? There's some precedents here, like back in war times. What was that whole thing where I think it was Russia or something that eventually it took like 20 million rubles to buy like a bag of potatoes or something like that. Not to say it's going to get to that level, but your purchasing power will decrease, and in the, you know, it's not going to be that impactful. You still play retail? I do not play retail. It's Hunter on Buccaneers. Yeah, it's on Buccaneers. Absolutely. Troll Warrior was the best. Yeah, he was great. I probably enjoyed that guy the most. I heard someone who hunts and has dogs that you should look at their poop. If it's relatively solid, not too hard and fairly dark, the food is good. Absolutely. No, that's the general thing. If it's small and, you know, I mean, yeah, I don't want to get too much into it, too graphic here, but if it's small and darker, like you said, it means like they're extracting more nutrients from it, and the opposite. They're not getting much nutrients from it. He's trying to play Troll Shaman and doesn't feel like many people left at the lower levels. Any tips or tricks to still manage to grind efficient? You're trying to play Troll Shaman. My only tip to Shaman, if you're playing Shaman right now, is that out of all the classes in the game, I think that they're the most mana sensitive. Mob to mob. So don't overspend mana. Just maybe use a shock, lightning shield, just right clicks, maybe one totem, a searing totem. Don't overspend mana. Unless you have a ton of money and you're going to be pumping that ice cold milk or whatever, then maybe you can. But just they're very, very mana sensitive, so that'll increase your efficiency. Try to gamify it. I think when it comes to grinding, because you're saying to manage the grind efficiently, try to gamify anytime you have a grind and turn it into like a resource battle. Like you're trying to spend as little resources as possible, and you try and have fun with it and try and be like as efficient as possible as you're killing stuff. Post-war Germany after World War I was like that. It might have been what I was thinking of. Happened all over Eastern Europe. Been a while since I've been able to watch. Has there been any characters that have made it to 60? Apparently one dude hit 60 on a mage. Hit me up yesterday. Gotta review it though. If it's to make a dog happy, I'd gladly do it. Do you actually currently do it though, Bucket? I'm telling you, man, I wouldn't even know where to go for that. I don't have a butcher. I would have to go to the supermarket probably, and then go to the meat section and say, hey, can I have all your organs? And can you get me some meat? It'd also be expensive. I don't know. It'd be tough to pull off. You could do it if you lived in like the Alaskan wilderness and you have nothing else to do really necessarily. You could probably do it. Do you have any plans on doing a pally hardcore? Yeah, maybe. I think I'll do all the classes at some point. Is there a totem kiting method on Shaman? There is, yeah, but with all those kind of kiting methods, you have to backpedal. So if you unbound your backpedal, which is normally on S key, you should rebind it because it'll reduce melee leeway. For whatever reason, that's just how it works. You can swing at something, stay right on the edge of their hitbox, then kind of jump away and just S key, and it'll remove the leeway. Thing is, it's just annoying to do, and it can often be a liability to you because you can back up and pull other stuff. So it's not really usually worth doing unless you're fighting something really strong. If you're fighting something really strong, then it feels worth it. Where you're trying to trade one hit for one hit. But mob to mob, you just kind of just chill. Swing at him. It's just Iron Man rules? No, it's just hardcore rules. What are your thoughts? What will happen after the final phase go BC? Yeah, I think it'll go BC. I think they're probably going to make all these servers graduate into BC servers, and then you can optionally transfer your character or copy your character over to a classic server, and they might release a fresh classic server or two as well. But the more and more I've thought about it, I think these servers are going to graduate and become TBC servers eventually. People that live in Alaska are fucking chilling right now. They should have cases of COVID though, because they said every single state in the union has it, right? There's not a single state, so somehow they have some too. Go one-hander and shield. It's a shaman with imp lightning shield. There it is. There's some good tips. What happened to the 60 priest? I don't have any of his initial VODs, his early VODs. I gotta hit him up and get those. Like, I don't have any of his starting zone VODs. I saw his like level 50 VODs, but I still gotta do that. That's on me. I gotta hit him up. I just haven't done it yet. But I tried the other day to review it, and I couldn't find any of his starting one. I use the Origin Arcana food. That's that bougie food. Good for you, man. Yeah, that's that bougie food. I know the Origin food. I tried it one time. It's like 65, 75. I think it's like $75 a bag. That's insane. Other dog people recommend it, and it seems very good, and my dog looks happy on it. It's probably amazing. I mean, you're paying $75 a bag. Probably better than the food we're eating. I lived off-grid on 640 acres from 2008 to 2016, wishing I was still there now. That's the dream, man. That's the dream, Nippy. Why'd you give it up? Why'd you give that up, man? That's a lot. That's the American dream for a lot of people. I remember reading people would use the German mark as kindling for fires. Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking of, man. That's what I'm thinking of. So it's not going to be that severe, but if they're printing all this money and giving all this stimulus and stuff, your purchasing power is going to go down. So many effects on the economy. It's going to be crazy, man. Question for the whole hive mind. Why do the elementals in Felwood sometimes disappear randomly as new ones spawn? Are you phasing or layering? No, I mean... man, I don't know. New question on Rogue. Where do you see your combo points? Or you just have to know it's right by your portrait. You'll see them stack up just to the left, right? TBC gonna be lit? Oh yeah. It's gonna be a fun time. It was very remote and had many difficulty. Was snowed in for 8 weeks one winter. Oh damn. Too far away, huh? It's no grains though, but contains peas, lentils, and stuff like that. Yeah, I was on a similar food. Peas, a lot of pea protein and stuff like that. But apparently, the meta in the veterinary world and the dog, the dog nutrition world, it shifted. And there's compelling evidence that suggests that you should actually give them grains, and the grain-free stuff is going to set them up for failure against certain diseases. I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe at this point. I just go for good bang for your buck. Check Dog Food Advisor, B+ rating, good to go. Oh, then enemy's portrait. Okay, yeah, there you go. There it is. All right, so we're going to Westfall. Let us go to Westfall. Let's get some ammo first, though. I think there's ammo in here. And we should train skinny.
Honor, friend.
Light shot, heavy shot. There it is. Let's go get some skinning
For the
training.
Alliance.
I probably should have done all the city. It would have been good stream content. Alright. Let's find out where the Skinner guy is.
Well met. Be careful.
Old Town, let's go. My Dalmatian looked to be 50 and was very healthy. We bought him the cheap Stater Bros crap. Yeah, you never know, right? Genetics, all types of factors. Some people get super bougie with the dogs and then it, dies early. You never know, man. I remember one of my uncles is a butcher for Market Basket. Might ask him to have some organs in the future. Save some organs? Yeah, that's what you gotta do. And you gotta... It's probably fine, though. I mean, it's probably good. There's just people on YouTube that do that. Feed their dogs raw meat diet. Yo, take care, Smackbag. Have a good night, brother. Hey, Cargos. When you get this dwarf to 60, how many subs do I have to get for another go at the dual-wield Fury leveling? Oh, dude, you're too kind. Oh, yeah. If this guy dies, man, if this guy dies, or Sasabite, I'm down to go and give the Troll Warrior a shot again. If this guy dies. But he won't, because we're getting 60 on him. I'm down. The Troll Warrior was too fun. He was so fun.
How are you? Safe travels.
Can I help you?
Need help? Greetings.
Cured light hide, small ammo pouch. Is this stuff actually good for me? 8 slots versus 6. That's actually an upgrade. Let's see if we can make it. Now let's turn it off.
Light bless you.
Alright, let's see what we can do leatherworking wise. Light armor kits. Let's make these till they're green. Rogan gives his dogs raw meat as well. He's rich enough to make that happen. You're Joe Rogan, rich enough to have your butler go and fetch all the meats and organs, prepare them, and serve them to the pups. Alright, it's green.
King's honor, friend.
Anything else? No.
Go with honor,
That's what we
friend.
can make now. Hand-stitched leather belt. That's 6 leathers. 4 leathers for these yellow ones. 2 leathers for this. We gotta be making this. Seems like the play. Cured light hide. I think we just make bracers. Right? 2 leathers, that's all it takes, and a bunch of coarse thread. Make these until it's green. Do you have a specific add-on for your XP bar? It's the same. It's the same add-on that does all the bars, the action bars. It's called Dominos. D-O-M-I-N-O-S. If your dog is a rescue/shelter dog, make sure to ask if it had Giardia as well. It will have a lifetime effect even if treated. Wow. Coming from a name Proof Rescuer. Somehow I believe that. It will have a lifetime effect, huh? How so? My larger dog, my older dog, had Giardia when we early, when it was like 12 weeks or something like that. It had Giardia. It healed up real quick, just some antibiotics or something.
Open for business.
Coarse thread.
Farewell.
You need something? See you later.
Well met. See you around.
You need something?
Looking
For
for
the
something
alliance.
specific?
Just buy a bunch of this shit. 20.
Farewell.
Alright, let's see what we can make. Let's make these boots. I keep seeing you streaming, but never saw you above level 30, not flaming. Where did you die usually? I died in Desolus at 35 on the Hunter. That was our PR on this challenge. We have one character as well that didn't die. That's hardcore, 26 or 28, one of those. Dwarf Rogue. We died recently on the Druid in the Barrens. We got jumped by that elite patrol. It depends, man. You'd be surprised. It's harder than it looks. Especially if you're talking a lot, you get distracted.
Hey there. Be careful.
It's still yellow. I'm gonna make this up to 55, 60. Bobby Moons, you love to see it. How's it going, man? You staying safe? Good to see you, bro. Alright, we are green. Let's see if we can train anything new. Sorry, this
What
is
can
not
I
the
do
most
for you?
exciting content, but we gotta do it all on stream.
Light bless you.
We'll blast through this. Oh, we gotta be making this. 3 light leather, then he makes an orange. Absolutely. Leatherworking's getting up there, boys. Probably be at 62, 63. Gotta get skinning as well. Always, brother, how you be? I'm good. I'm as good as I can be, given the situation. Things are good. Ready for whatever happens. Oh, by the way, guys. There's a lot of scams going on Amazon right now. I know a lot of you are ordering off Amazon because, you're home, you're bored, you want to online shop, you want to... Anything that you see that says it's going to give you free, free N95 masks, anything that honestly just be very skeptical of anything you order, because people are taking advantage of the lack of demand for paper towels, TP, all that type of stuff. Be super careful what you order from, because
Greetings.
my parents ordered a bunch of stuff too, and they told me that some packages got delivered, but it ended up being like a soap dish or something. Like, they basically just trolled. They sent the package, but it wasn't what they advertised. You gotta be real careful. Probably look at who's selling it on Amazon and look for reviews or something. Just use your big brains. There's a lot of scams going on. Damn, in Lombardy, half the people in intensive care are younger people. Yeah, that's pretty consistent. In New York, they said, which is 5% of the global cases, they said 53% of people are 18 to 40. Or 18 to 49, sorry.
Go
Which is a
with
pretty
honor,
large
then.
range, but it can definitely affect younger people. It sucks right now in NYC. You there right now, Lavender? I got a lot of friends there, man. Yeah, they're getting cabin fever, man. They're getting antsy. I feel for you guys. I really do.
Can I help
It's
you?
my home.
See you later.
We were talking about it earlier on stream. It's just so against the grain to tell New Yorkers to stay inside, because that's the whole meta there. You spend the whole day outside and you come back and go to sleep in your apartment, but you don't really cook in your apartment. Everybody orders Grubhub, DoorDash, Postmates, Uber Eats. You stay outside all day. You go to work, go to happy hour, go to a museum, go to a show. You come back, you knock out for a few hours, and you go back out. Now you're telling everybody in New York to hunker down and shelter in place in their small little walk-up apartments and stuff like that. It's rough. It's strange. It's almost like the virus has different strains. Yeah, I mean, it's probably just people are just of different fabrics, man. Like, people are just some people are asymptomatic, some people get affected heavily. You hearing about this stuff too, that apparently if you lose taste or smell, and you're totally asymptomatic, but if you lose taste or smell, you should go get tested immediately, because that's a new emerging symptom. Strange, right? I feel you on that, Cargos. I was born and lived in New York. It's killing me to hear the virus affecting it so much. Absolutely, right? Me too, man. It's breaking my heart. But New Yorkers are tough to get through it. My man striking yet again. Gifting the Blues Origins with the sub. Thank you so much, Strike. My man Strike. I see you in all the channels, man. Supporting the whole squad, the whole fam. Had to shave the beard so the face mask fits better for work. Oh yeah, where do you work? Where do you work, Sheldon? Name of the bag add-on? Bag add-on is called Combuctor. C-O-M-B-U-C-T-O-R. Highest level during Iron Man or hardcore? We're doing the hardcore challenge right now. Highest level hardcore we've gotten is 35. What's up, Jurages? My man Taichi in the building. How's it going, brother? How are you doing, Taichi? Good to see you, man. How's Germany? Is Germany... Oh, yeah, I mean, Germany's been on lockdown for a minute, right? Similar trajectory to the States. This hunter's dying at 31? No faith, brother. No faith. We're getting to 60 on this guy. This is the one. This is the blessed run. Have to, man. The content is too good. Have to let it be seen. Do I appreciate it? It's not everyone's cup of tea recently. I feel kind of weird about it. I feel uneasy about it. I just think I'm physically incapable of not talking about, Corona and all this, man. I don't know. It's just a weird spot. It's just all too real. Can't help it. So sorry if I go OD on that, guys. But it is what it is. My man Bobby Moons just hit the channel and already gifting subs. 2 tier 1 subs. Thank you very much, man. Love the Corona and the survival talk. I'm glad. I appreciate the positive feedback. Keeps my head up. I've gotten some DMs though, man. People who are good people. I've actually lost some good people who are viewers. People who would chill in the streams and hit me up, and they were just so off. They're so off put by it. I don't know. Like I said before, it's the type of thing where at least IMO being able to assert a little bit of control of the situation by talking about it and getting good information, talking about it with you guys, is actually kind of comforting to me in these times, as opposed to just putting it out of sight, out of mind. Germany on lockdown at the moment, but no biggies. I just have more time to work on streaming. Hell yeah. They've closed pubs, clubs, cafes, restaurants here in Australia. Yeah, same here, brother. About the same. Thanks again for the subs, Bobby. And Strike. You guys are real ones. Supporting you, boy. A lot of people don't like to hear about it as they don't want to worry. For them, just wait till Corona is over. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Holy smokes, Ursasa Bite on an absolute rampage tonight. Dude, I can't thank you enough. 5 more cheese and rice, dude. Can we get some cheese and rice in the chat in solidarity for my boy Ursasu Bite? Keeping your boy Cargo's Corona free right now. I appreciate it, man. People who leave for such shallow reasons can go. It's tough, it's tough, it's tough. People come for WoW content. I'm over here talking about COVID. I get it, man. It's just, you can't please them all. California's straight up closed right now. It is. Sorry, I can't accept. I feel this is where it feels the worst in hardcore. I can't accept this because I just can't accept it. I got a message him at least. That feels rough. Did something happen? Oh, got 200 bits from Bobby. Thank you, man, for the biddies. For the biddies. Now is a good time to invest in some stocks if you're fortunate enough. Man, oh man, that's ballsy though. That is ballsy. Because you don't know when they're gonna come back up. I mean, I have no doubt. Like with most things in life, things will rebound eventually, right? But you know, like my man Cuomo said, you know, we're in that kind of 4 months, best case, maybe 6 months, 9 months kind of territory. And then that's just until this whole thing blows over. And then everything's got to rebound. Having a place to get information about other places in the country, world is like this is a lot better than watching the news. I 100% agree, man. I'm so thankful to have this hive mind right here that we can get real-time reports from all these different countries, talk about stuff openly. It's hard to know, you know, what's good information and what isn't, right? There's already a lot of propaganda on both sides of things, on for both, you know, for America, for China. You know, no country is immune from that. There's a lot of, you know, channels that are dedicated just towards blaspheming other countries and stuff like that. It's hard to know exactly what to trust, but real people in the chat like you guys are just talking about it. It's legit. Super legit. Best profession for hunters? It's not really a best profession. I mean, the best profession, some would make the case for engineering, just because it's the only profession that affects gameplay. So, there's that. But other than engineering, you can pretty much go whatever you want. Best gold making profession is mining. Because you can do the Dharmali stuff. Check your sources, friends. Big true, big true. It's not like it's not on everyone's mind. It's true. It's true, man. I know some of you feel me on that though. That when you talk about stuff like this, and it allows you to assert a little bit of control of the situation, and just plan. You know, you fail to plan, you plan to fail, right? Just planning, get the best information. So normally I would be on the same page with you guys about like sensationalist news, but at the same time, you have to either agree or disagree or be somewhat on the fence about this. You know, do you think what these virologists and intensivists are saying about, 40 to 70% of the global population eventually getting it is true or not? If that is true, dude, hype it up as much as possible. Have people react so we can course correct this and not have that happen. I don't know. Seems like that's appropriate to overreact. There is some line in the sand, though, where they're basically mudslinging, which I don't appreciate, but... Did we get another one? Bobby Moon's gifted another tier 1 sub. Bobby, dude, just hit the ground running in the stream today. That's insane. How come you didn't upload on the survival channel yet? So I actually had to do some guard stuff today, earlier. And things have gotten a little bit pushed back timing-wise for me. But this week, definitely going to do it. I think China, because they experimented with that, they probably know how to handle it very, very good, so I don't think they're lying. You never know, man. All I'm saying is I want to believe them. I really do, because that would just be a great, great thing if they really halted the curve. But it just kind of seems unlikely given the amount of cases. And, some of the stuff they've been saying about American troops spreading it and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't want to get into politics, but I hope it's true. I trust South Korea, though. South Korea is really the shining light here. Shining light is South Korea. They went ham. Oh, brother, Ursasu Bite. Dude. Absolute rampage tonight. 52 tier 1 subs to the channel.
Need help?
In total.
Need help?
You absolutely love to see it. Thank you very much, man. Welcome, everybody. Some good people got the subs, too. THC. Force Ghost got the sub. Hell yeah. Chauncey. Ancon. Kelroy. Theo Kritos. Welcome, guys. Cheese and rice in the chat for if you got a sub. They have 10x more cases. What, China? Yeah, I mean, you never know, man. What's South Korea saying? They're just they have just been going ham. South Korea, younger population, right? So it's a different different profile to the country, but they've just been doing an amazing job. They shattered that curve, man, or whatever the curve, right? We're talking about flattening the curve. They freaking stomped that curve out. I like the old hardcore logo better than the new one, actually. I like the first one where it was just World of Warcraft and hardcore and red under. It was very simple and nice. Oh, that one? Yeah, but you can still use that one. When you can't get a sub because you already have one. Mod Lars, yeah, man, I appreciate you, man. South Korea is one of the best healthcares in the world. They're very technologically advanced in South Korea, right? And they've been going super hard with the testing and everything. And they're what they did. I think, honestly, South Korea was a little bit of an advantage because if you've been hearing about it, apparently they had some sort of mini viral epidemic happen a few months ago. And they got woke to the idea that those things could break out. And we're pretty well prepared for this one. AVR 94 with the Twitch Prime.
Open for business.
Thank you, brother. AVR, that's a new name. Love the content. Keep it up, my man. Appreciate it. This metaphor is yours. Cargoes from another context. Containing coronavirus in USA is like eating a soup sandwich. That's a good one, man. That's funny, bro. Oh, dude. What a time. What a time to be alive, folks. My man Sheldon with the membership. Thank you, Sheldon. Golly. These night streams. Too chill. People too chill. Thank you, brother. Guys, it's a little bit past my bedtime. I think I'm gonna wind down right here, and we're gonna pick it up tomorrow into Westfall and beyond. Welcome, Sheldon. Welcome to the hive mind, man. You're among friends. Soup sandwich is one of my favorite phrases now. That's what's up. I think I'm gonna end it here for the night, guys. I'll pick it up tomorrow. Thank you very much for the support, the subs, everything. I'll never forget it. You guys are the best of people. Hope everyone's staying safe. Wash your hands. See you in a couple hours. Take care, everyone. I'm going to host my man, Crix.